Okay, we can begin.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so yeah, ma'am, can we start?
Please.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, sure. In Dr. E. Paul Torrance's words, outstanding creative achievement involves being different, testing known limits, attempting difficult jobs, making honest mistakes, and responding to challenges. Things that even entrepreneurship is all about. And that is exactly why we thought of integrating creativity and entrepreneurship and bringing to you one holistic learning experience. On that note, a very good afternoon to everyone present today. I, Gautami Rane, on behalf of Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce, Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and Institution's Innovation Council, would like to welcome our esteemed speaker, Mr. Rajiv Tulpule, for being here with us today. I welcome our Principal, Dr. Rishikesh Soman, Vice Principal, Dr. Tessie Therathil, Head for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Sharayu Bhakre, Professor in Charge, Mrs. Alka Arora, faculty members, and participants for this one-day workshop on developing entrepreneurial skills with the theme Unleashing Your Creative Quotient. The workshop has been possible because of the RUSA funding received by our college for entrepreneurship and skill development. It is my pleasure to share that the SEAC Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship endeavors to foster an entrepreneurial ecosystem in the college and provides the students with a platform for starting their own venture. The college has also constituted an institution's Innovation Council as per the guidelines of Government of India's Ministry of Education with a vision of infusing innovative and entrepreneurial acumen among the students. The theme for today's workshop is Unleashing Your Creative Quotient. Now, when we talk about creativity, it is something that comes from within in varying ways and proportions. It cannot be taught or learned. But what can be surely done is have a mentor to help us channelize the inner creativity and integrate it in our entrepreneurial but also life journey. The workshop is organized with the aim to help participants explore and develop their creative thinking and innovative approach. As the world progresses rapidly, a creative outlook and way of resolving problems and tasks gives people a competitive edge and allows them to protect and grow their entrepreneurial ventures and intrapreneurial mindsets. This intriguing and relevant topic comes in many layers, and that is exactly why we have our expert in this creative domain, Mr. Rajiv Tulpule, to simplify these concepts for us. Mr. Rajiv Tulpule is the managing partner of Redco Group of Companies, which is a leading distributor of electrical switchgear products and represents Indian and international companies like L&T, Legrand, Alstom, and many more. He is a trainer and a motivational speaker. He's closely associated with various educational institutes like Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Symbiosis International University, and Savitribai Phule Pune University. Sir has authored 6 books on various topics like quizzes and puzzles, shairis, and motivational stories. He is credited with compilation of innovative playing cards called What's Up Panda, and we are honored to have him with us today to guide us through the realm of creativity. We kindly request all of you to remain with us throughout the workshop so that you don't miss out on any important updates. Also, please note that the process for awaiting your certificate will be communicated as we progress through the workshop. So make sure to not leave the session midway. I can't wait for all of us to hop on the wagon that takes us to creative land. With that, I would like to hand over the platform to Mr. Rajiv Tulpule. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Wonderful, madam. Nice to hear you. A very warm good afternoon. Happy afternoon to everyone, all the faculty members. Doctor, thank you so much for inviting me to this workshop. I'm just trying to present my PPT, and if Gautami, can you just give me an heads up as to whether you can see that, it would be nice.
Yes, sir.
Our
Yes, sir.
pleasure, sir, to have you here.
Yeah, you are seeing the PPT, and are the slides moving? So I
Yes, sir.
can. just go about. Okay, great. A warm welcome. Thank you for those who have registered for this course. A short introduction. By the way, Gautami has done the most part of it. I'm a mechanical engineer, by the way, doing electrical business, into teaching as a hobby or a passion. So all set of combinations there. By the way, I just showed you this this intro. This is a different way of doing it. This is also called as a mind map business card. So all those who need some ideas about making a different business cards for them, this is one. Most of the workshop which I do, there are a lot of people who look something like this. I call these people know all. यानी ये जो लोग हैं ना, ऊपर से जब आते हैं ना, सब हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्राम होके ही आते हैं. You know, these people are like सब है. क्यों आए यहाँ? नहीं, मैडम ने, शरय मैडम ने बुलाया, कंपलसरी किया है, या फैकल्टी क्या है, कैसा बात करता है. So these are the people who feel that they know all. And then there are one kind of people who are, I call this W to W, Windows to Windows. Now, what is that they would be doing it? They will pretend that itna kaam hai, itna ye hai, so they will just flip themselves with one window to other window and pretend that, and then in between they will say that, oh, I have to leave for an urgent thing, and then they will chat on something and they will leave those things. So these are the second kind of people. But I believe and pray, whatever 90 plus, 100 plus, Gautami, what's the score right now we have?
So I think we have 100 people in the meeting.
Oh,
yeah.
wonderful. So all those 100 people over here are of these type. My humble request to all of you. Sir, program किसने भी किया रहेगा, whoever must have sponsored you, time आपका है. Just do justice to the time. Sir, I always believe that coming to a program should be like a great learning experience. So never leave a chance to get some knowledge from anywhere and everywhere. So there are a lot of efforts which everyone takes place to organize something. So whatever these 2 hours, वो बोलते हैं ना, give me these 2 hours, I'll make sure that you are a different person at the end of these 2 hours. That's my promise. Because I always believe we are not here to prove the very fact that you are a student of Symbiosis. वो आपने प्रूव किया है, वो आपने अभी जो सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा आपको सिम्बोसिस का ही मिलने वाला है. We are not here to impress, but we are here to express. And then this expression, unfortunately, is not one-on-one. This expression right now is on a digital platform where you, all those the 3 monkeys, no longer can see. And the greatest drawback for today for me is that I cannot see the chat also for whatever reasons. That's my fault also. But let's make most of it. I'm sure you would participate wholeheartedly. I had a professor, Shari ma'am, this is one beautiful professor I had at my colleges, and he had this wonderful line. He said, जो भी करेगा कमाल का करेगा, वरना नहीं करेगा. Again, life में जो भी करेगा कमाल का करेगा, वरना नहीं करेगा. So I think this should be the spirit. Please contribute by chats. That's what I said. But then Gautami is going to monitor the chats. And if there's something, Gautami, please feel free to unmute and say. You can also unmute. There is nothing hard and fast that you cannot speak. And by the way, Mera Jeevan Kora Kagat Kora hi rahe gaya. You know that beautiful song. But let that not happen to you. Please have a paper. Please have a pen. And pen should preferably write. So that means it should have an ink in it. So please use whatever means you have. So I call this as the notes as brain tattoos. Now these brain tattoos are the takeaways. So make sure that ये कागज empty कागज मत लेके जाइए. जो कोई आपको मेरा ड्राइंग निकालने का है, मेरा ड्राइंग निकालो. आपको और कुछ करने का है करो. लेकिन आज के दिन कागज जरूर भर लेना. And by the way, this is 3 o'clock, so you are allowed to have snacks. You are allowed to have tea. I know I cannot see you, but I can smell you. And अगर आप कुछ अच्छा खा रहे हो, तो I'll give you my address at the end of the session. Please denso me and make sure that you make the payment for it before you send it. Right? So are we, Gautami, are you able to get to the slides and are you able to hear my voice properly? Just give me a heads up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are.
All good? Slides are moving?
Yes, sir.
Great. So the greatest buzzword. Can someone tell me what is the greatest buzzword of today? Please unmute.
Creativity.
Oh, boy, that's the obvious answer, and that's what everyone talks about. कि आज क्या है creativity. But let me know by 2 or 3 people, please. Please don't type it. Just unmute and tell me if you hear this word creativity, what comes to your mind? आपके दिमाग में क्या आता है?
Something different than common.
Okay. 1 or 2 more.
Something new, innovative.
Okay.
Out of the box.
Out of the box. Okay, great. और कुछ?
Unrestricted imagination.
Wonderful. Well said. What else? एक word है जो अपना देसी word है. Anyone knows about that word?
Jugaad.
By the way, all those, I have just purchased a Jugaad t-shirt. I hope you can see that. Can you, yes, no, I don't know. But then I purchased a Jugaad t-shirt. I think maybe till the time we get our degrees, we should write Jugadu Gautami. No, we should have a degree, a card which says that this, because this is the buzz thing. All that what you have said on creativity is perhaps right in every respect. There are various definitions of creativity. If you Google it out, everyone will have their own interpretation. But let me give you my interpretation. By the way, Jugaad, I've compiled some books. I'll send it to Sharyu Madam. She can send it to you across. These are interesting Jugaads which are available on the net, on the yeah. Coming back to the definition. According to me, the best definition of creativity, and please write it down, is the ability. Creativity is the ability. किसकी ability है? Ability to generate multiple solutions to a problem. Simple. Creativity is the ability, your ability. किसकी ability to generate multiple solutions to a problem. Now, बहुत बार क्या होता है? कोई problem आया तो देख हर एक जगह कोई, I call these people as अतृप्त आत्मास. Problem आया तो बंद कर दो, आज की बात सब बंद, all those things. And then there are people who say that problem है ना, लेके आओ, हम है ना, शाहरुख खान कैसे बोलता है, मैं हूं ना, that kind of thing. In all Indian marriages, there is one person who is called as Narayan. वो क्या बोलता है, problem है ना, मैं हूं ना, क्या है चाहिए, bride groom कभी आने वाली, I don't know, खाना खत्म हो गया, गाड़ी नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. Narayan will have problem solutions for everything onto a marriage. So these are the people who are this. Now come on, practical solution. Let me explain you what I meant by this. Now during COVID, we had a problem wherein we were not supposed to touch the lift buttons. Obviously, क्या होता था कि जो virus आता था would have been transmitted, and आप और हम, we touch our face with our fingers, and the transmission of virus was always possible. So they decided, in most of the societies, I don't know how many of you live in this so-called tall societies where they have lift, and उधर पे अतृप्त आत्माज रहते हैं, वो बोलते हैं आज के बाद lift बंद, and say I'm staying on my 7th floor, how on the hell I'm going to go up and down 7 floors 2 to 3 times a day? So then I use my Jugaad ideas, and then I think of some solutions. And then one of the solution could be a glove. Okay. Someone suggested, अरे मेरे खिस्से में एक पेन है, right? तो पेन से मैं point करूंगा, up जाएगा, whatever. Then, or perhaps I can use a toothpick also. Brilliant. I don't know how many of you have seen this picture wherein a toothpick is being used to get it out. So, आप अगर are able to find out a solution to a problem. What was the problem? Problem was we were not supposed to touch the numbers on the lift because the virus was probably going to get transmitted. I'm going to throw this open to all of you. Please unmute and tell me, is there any other solution? I hope you have understood the problem. So is there any other solution that you can think कि मेरे को तो ऊपर जाने का है, मेरा घर 7वें फ्लोर पे है, 11वें फ्लोर पे है, I have to go up. What is the solution I would use? Go ahead. Hello.
So stairs.
Okay, obvious. Okay, why not? What else?
So there were some people who were using car keys or motorcycle keys to press that button.
Absolutely right. That's a very nice idea. Okay, I'm looking for more ideas. All of you, please.
Electric device like Alexa.
I think you are from the new generation. Like हम लोग और maybe Sherry madam would understand when we were small kid. वो एक दीवार करके मूवी आता था और बच्चन बोलता था मेरे पास क्या है, वो बच्चन बोलता था मेरे पास माँ है. तो आज के लोग क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे पास Alexa है, right? So Alexa would be one place. Any other solution which you can think of?
So sensor, as in the lift would sense कि अभी इसका floor आ गया है, तो they'll get out.
Correct. So this is what is there. And then if you see on the screen, I have showed you a picture कि एक foot operated भी solution है कि चलो हाथ नहीं लगाने के तो पैर से ऑपरेट करते हैं. Now again coming back to the definition of creativity. Creativity is the ability of a person to generate multiple solutions to a problem. अगर आप 100+ लोग आज कॉल पे हैं, इफ आपको एक भी सॉल्यूशन याद आ गया है या एक से ज्यादा याद आ गया तो आप क्रिएटिव हो, एकदम बिंदास. आज के बाद आपके डिग्री के आपके नाम के पहले आप आराम से यू हैव माय परमिशन टू पुट जुगाड़ू, जुगाड़ू राजीव, जुगाड़ू गौतमी, जुगाड़ू धनंजय, जुगाड़ू संजय, whatever you have, your name is there. Please write it down because that's now the status symbol, right? And one thing I want to tell you, friends, it will never happen that there will be no solution. अगर ये इतने ही solutions है, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा. There will be always n+1 solutions to a problem. Again, there will be always n+1 solutions to a problem where n is the number of solutions which you and me have found out and +1 is the solution which already exists but आपको और मेरे को नहीं मालूम है. So anyone on the call, any idea, any other solution can you suggest to this problem? Hello. और याद आ रहा है कुछ solution?
We can use software.
Go ahead.
Sir, we can use software so that
Yes, we can.
using face or anything like.
Yes,
yeah,
we can.
Using this or face or like.
If you see this picture, there are possibly many solutions. Only thing we need to think about them. If you see this one beautiful picture which came out 6 months back in the sky. In fact, why 6 months? Just 26 January, India demonstrated this where they had this drone up. This is the picture of a QR code which a company, gaming company, projected onto a Hong Kong skies, and all the students, all the people had to download that, and then the game was downloaded on their mobile. See the idea, same thing. If I go on a lift, I have a floating QR somewhere, and then you download those things and you can just say that. See, the point over here is there can be multiple solutions. It's only that we have not thought of it. There exists other solutions which we have to probe. Coming back to one more example. I think if we were live and most of the places, अगर हम जाते हैं तो चप्पल्स बाहर लेके, right? I'm sure you must have encountered this. आप और हम जब school में थे, तब we used to have the same kind of dress, right? White shoes, and then the teacher used to say that prayer room में जाने का है तो shoes बाहर निकालने का है. Now coming out of those prayer rooms, we realized that कौन सा अपना वाला है. Come on, anyone on the call, can you tell me problem मालूम है क्या हुआ है? There are many shoes. What can be a possible solution कि you identify the shoes which you were wearing? Please open up a mic and let me know what could be the possible solution. Come on.
So the laces can be colored differently and they can be numbered.
Beautiful. Who was it? Who was it?
So Varun.
Varun, thank you. Thank you for being volunteer and the very valid thing. Friends, all those 132 people on the call, there is nothing right and wrong, sir. Aap attempt karo, you will get ideas. Come on. I'm listening to others.
We can stick stickers.
Okay, we can stick stickers. Rajiv 1, Rajiv 2, anything of that sort. Okay, what else?
So we can tie different colors of threads to our pairs.
Okay, so Banlo. Okay, what else?
Putting your iPad on your shoes.
Okay.
So we can put it in a bag.
Ah, simple. Who was it? Beautiful.
Shruti.
Wonderful. So we can have it in the bag. See, आप carry bag लेके जाते हैं, bag में डाल के लेके जाते हैं. So that's another way. See, over here you will understand. Problem क्या है? Everyone is known कि all shoes look alike, and मेरे को मेरे वाला ही लेके जाने का है. Otherwise, like there are some friends who will take the सबसे पुराना है वो लेके जाके नया लेने का है तो वो. So there can be any other ideas. So anyone would like to pitch in into more ideas? I'm waiting for, because unless you speak, you will also not be able to think. So I'm looking for more ideas as to how you can solve this problem. Come on.
Writing your name
So
on the back
as
of the
so
board.
you can entangle two shoes together and keep it in a corner.
Yes, why not? Okay.
Sir, as we were having means in school we were having PT periods, so
Yes.
same situation was happening. So
So
we
what
were
did you
used to keep our ID cards over our shoes.
Okay. जैसे अपन
And as
theater में
ID
जाते
card
हैं,
are
अपना
safe and name is
रुमाल
there.
डाल
हाँ.
के बुकिंग करते हैं, सीट पे वैसे आप आईडी कार्ड छोड़ के जाते हैं. Wonderful. What else?
Writing with a chalk on it.
Okay, very nice. So friends, all those who are attempting to do it, yes, Siddhi, go ahead.
Writing your name on the back of the sole of your shoe.
Yes, okay.
Like no one
The
can
point
read over
here,
there until you flip your shoe.
wonderfully said. The point here I want to convey to everyone, and you all, thank you for all those who contribute. Yes, Devansh, yes, go ahead.
Lockers.
So if you wanted to go for any business like that, you can use boxes and you can issue tokens for your box, and then after when you come back, you can give them back and just collect all the money or like that.
Why not? Why not?
There
Sir,
can be
lockers.
business.
Lockers,
There's
why
business
not?
opportunity. Yeah,
Why not?
the same.
Friends, even now you would have realized whoever I've answered, they're all your friends, and they were able to give solutions to a problem. And then there are जुगाड़. These solutions अच्छा है, बुरा है, practical है. पहले solution लाने का है दोस्तों. First find out the solution and then think which is the best of it. Because not all solutions are practical sometimes. But then without solutions, you perhaps are not able to solve this. So here are on the picture, you can have a lock also, someone said that, or you can carry it with you, like few of your friends said that, or you can have his and her, then left and right, or something like that. And then there also existed one more solution. I'm sure you must have all gone to malls wherein we have had those bags which are tied with छोटू सा एक 50 पैसे का rope है. You know, imagine all those things and you have your tag, name tag or a roll number or something on this. The chances of finding your thing would have been the best, right? So I'm sure you must have understood the point here I wanted to make. Let me recap these things. We are now attempting to define creativity. Creativity is defined by multiple ways. Everyone has his own way of definition, and all definitions are right. I somehow have liked this definition because it talks about your ability. तो आपके पास अगर ये एबिलिटी है, सोचने की एबिलिटी है, सॉल्यूशंस फाइंड करने की एबिलिटी है, तो आप थोड़े से ज्यादा क्रिएटिव है दूसरों से. So this is what the definition I would like to convey to you. Let's go ahead and try to understand few other things onto creativity, because this is what I feel you all should know about it, and then you will see you will not be the same person as what I challenged you about 20 minutes back. So coming back, we are almost 20 minutes into the session. I always believe this sessions onto the gluing that I'm literally talking to a screen and I can only see a number which is 130 plus, and that's so sad. But still then, this is one slide which I've picked up and I've liked it. Every 20 minutes. So all the faculty on the screen, on the class, what they're saying, every 20 minutes break for 20 seconds. So if you're seeing on the sea, तो थोड़ा left को देखिए, थोड़ा खिड़की के बाहर देखिए, तो I have a window, it's all bright outside, see back, see behind, say hello, have a cup of tea, और जो वड़ा पाव आप खा रहे एक आधा और munch कर लीजिए. So this helps you to relieve the tension onto the screen. So this is one, ऐसा ही एक slide, I thought I'll just put it, 20 minutes, every 20 minutes, 20-second break, look 20 feet away or do something which will just ease you on through the screen. Okay, let me take you to the next point. I always call creativity as a magic word. Now, why magic, you will ask me? Because magic is something which is like a curious thing, something new, something innovative. And creativity has the capacity to not only change the organization you are in, whether you are in the college, whether you are in the school, or whether you are in this, it also has capacity to change you. और मेरा ऑनेस्ट रिक्वेस्ट है आपको, जो खुद के लिए अच्छा है ना, पूरा वसूल करना, एकदम इंडियन मेंटालिटी, पूरा निचोड़ निचोड़ के लेना. तो क्रिएटिविटी में ये कैपेसिटी है कि जिसके कारण आप कुछ अलग बन सकते हैं. Let's understand this. So creativity is a magic. Let's experience this magic. And come on, one more thing. There's some confusion I'm always told about these three lines: creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, और अभी और एक चीज आ रही है, वो startup. So let me put in my thought onto all these things. For those who know, absolutely okay. Again, these are different interpretations, but my interpretations I'm going to share with you. Creativity is nothing but idea. Simple. मेरे को चप्पल सॉल्व करने का प्रॉब्लम का आइडिया है, मैंने कैरी बैग लेने का आइडिया सोचा है. क्रिएटिविटी इज नथिंग बट एन आइडिया. सो फर्स्ट टाइम क्रिएटिविटी इज एन आइडिया. देन इनोवेशन क्या है? अगर ये आइडिया का आपने कुछ प्रोटोटाइप किया, सो यू डिसाइड दैट ये आइडिया अच्छी है, लेट मी मेक सम प्रोटोटाइप, सम मॉडल ऑफ इट and give it to some people. So I buy about 10-20 carry bags and give it to the different people and say that when you go next time, please put this into the carry bag and take it inside and see if that works. So idea to a prototype, and prototype should be a working prototype. So working prototype, so carry bag ka costing kya? Suppose let's leave this one more example. Suppose nowadays people are talking about electric bicycles. Okay. So I go to Symbiosis Arts College walking, say, so, or on a cycle, I get an idea, अरे यार ये साइकिल को अपन इलेक्ट्रिक साइकिल बना देते हैं. तो ये आइडिया इज व्हाट? ये क्रिएटिव आइडिया है यार. क्या अच्छी आइडिया है? तो अच्छी आइडिया होने से काम होएगा क्या? नहीं. He will have to convert that idea into something tangible. So जो जब convert हो जाएगा तब उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Innovation. So what he does? He goes out, buys a battery, buys some devices used to make it, converts it, makes it. तो वो गौतमी को एक देते हैं, धनंजय को एक देते हैं, राजीव को देता है. अरे जरा ट्राई करो, मैंने एक प्रोटोटाइप किया है, देखो चलता है क्या, क्या डिफिकल्टी है. So that's where the innovation. One more example on the screen, what you see right now is a mask. Now people have this problem, sick of wearing the mask continuously, especially if there are small kids. The small kids didn't like to wear the mask. So one bright student like Gautami said, why can't we do something? एक छोटा मेरे पास idea है. Instead of doing a plain mask, let me do some mask which will have a cartoon character, because I feel I could relate Tom and Jerry. I could relate a cartoon character when I was, जब मैं छोटा बच्चा था, बड़ी शरारत करता था, मैं कार्टून देखता था. तो मैं भी कार्टून था और मैं कार्टून देखता था. तो Gautami got an idea कि let's make a mask which will have cartoon pictures. So she bought some plain mask, she drew something, so that happened to be an innovation. She did a prototype it, she sold it, then she costed it कि यार ये 50 रुपया को बेचूं या 30 रुपया को बेचूं या 45 people will buy या 2 पे 1 free दे दूं. So all those things she worked in. And once the product gets into that, she decided to start a business. So starting a business is the entrepreneurship. The third step into this, when you show debit and credit, जो आप खुद का दुकान स्टार्ट करते हो, जब आप लेते हो, देते हो, डिस्काउंट्स देते हो, ये क्रेडिट देते हो, ये करते हो, this becomes an entrepreneurship. So where did we start? We started with an idea. Idea is creativity. Again, लिख लो, idea is creativity, creativity is idea, idea is creativity, creativity is idea. तो innovation क्या है? वो idea का कुछ जुगाड़ is a working model, working sample. वो मैंने sample convert किया, मेरे दिमाग में रहने से कुछ फायदा नहीं होता है. This has to be downloaded. So ये convert करके मैंने एक product बनाया है. जैसे अभी लड़के वाला, believe me, आज के दिन if you want to ethically make money, again, बाकी 3 पत्ती है, सट्टा है, लॉटरी है, वो बात अलग है. लेकिन 2 रुपया का 200 रुपया करने का है ना, तो ये आइडिया क्रिएटिविटी हैज दिस पावर एंड मीन्स. वो क्या करता है कि ये जो 200 रुपया है ये लड़की वाला, I believe me, I attended a marriage last week in Mumbai, and then आप और हम जैसा मुंबई, like they have sorry they have the street guys, and वो बराबर शादी के बाहर रुका था और लड़की वाले और लड़के वाले का ये ले रहा था, and you know he was costing it 200 rupees. We all had mask, but उसने क्या मस्त आइडिया किया कि उसने मस्त एक चित्र लगाया और 200 रुपया वो हमसे लेता था. This is the power of creativity. He addressed a problem, he saw an opportunity, made a product, and was selling it. Now you will ask me, then what is a startup? Now startup is one thing which is a faster version. Suppose I'm traveling from Pune to Mumbai, and I take say about 4 hours, 5 hours onto my Sandro car. मैं मस्त जाता हूँ, वड़ा पाव खाकर इधर से जाता हूँ. Then what is the startup? Startup perhaps is going from Pune to Mumbai, but in a F1 car. So by the time I would have reached Lonavala, the F1 car would have been already in Mumbai. So some difference between a normal business and a startup is synonymous to the example what I have given. So again, let me explain you. Apart from that, there are many other differentiations. But aap aur hum ke liye daro mat sir. Everything which is new to us is a startup. Startup, perhaps, if you really want to know what is the difference between what are the possible differences, not the absolute differences. The possible differences is usually a startup takes care, uses a lot of technology, uses an idea, solves a problem which is common to most. Like I start a istri ka dukan, मी बाजूला एक इस्त्रीचं दुकान काढलं. So that is more of my locality. This is it solving whole Pune's problem? Perhaps not. But then if I start something which says that this is a istri plaza, and then I take clothes from all over the world and then press it and design it and shilad it and whatever I do it, that becomes something different. So that's the difference between this. Startup perhaps says that in Pune, you would have seen earlier, I'm talking about earlier, Chitales used to say that हमची कुठेही शाखा नहीं, we don't have branches. Whereas startup will say that जहाँ आदमी है ना, वहाँ मैं हूँ ना, शाहरुख खान, मैं हूँ ना. Like जहाँ मास पे भी जाने के लिए अभी तैयार है ना, startup will say that मैं आपको उधर वड़ा पाव खिलाऊंगा. You know, by the way, even in Jungfrau, Indian entrepreneurship is so great. Even in Switzerland, you go to the Mount Titlis and they will serve you hot bhajia over there and vada pav. So this is even in Alaska, my parents just went there before the COVID, and they say that out of the 180 people were Indians selling in Alaska. और वो कहाँ के, I met someone in Gurwarpet. The family is staying in Gurwarpet. They say that every 6 months we go to Alaska and do business there. So this is the mindset. This is the kind of entrepreneurs thing we have. Coming back to this example, I hope you have understood what is the difference between these three things. Let me just recap all of you, or if you have any questions only, let me pause for a second. If you have understood the difference between creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup. So if there are any clarifications, question, I'll just pause for a second, and otherwise I'll continue. Hello, good to go?
Sir.
Need some
Yes,
feedback?
sir.
Yeah, thank you. Coming back to the next point where I want like to say that earlier, look, I have earlier, I'm talking about 70s or 80s, people were saying that अगर मेरे पास dollars है तो मैं सबसे अमीर हूँ. ना बीबी भी, ना बच्चा, ना बाप बड़ा, ना मैया. The whole thing is that के भैया सबसे बड़ा रुपया. So that was the time when people said that the most powerful guy in the world was the dollar guy. मेरे पास ये है. फिर slowly they realized that यार dollar ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है. Then they went to this gold. यार वो मोना डार्लिंग, गाड़ी के पीछे सोना है, you know, all that dialogues बच्चन के movies में. By the way, Bachchan is my favorite. So Bachchan will come many times in this. So पहले मेरे पास माँ है और मेरे पास सोना है on all those things. So Bachchan, all these movies earlier had those sona with them. So people with gold were treated to be very powerful and very commanding. Slowly, they realized that there is one more kind of gold which they called it as black gold. Black gold is nothing but the oil. तो ये मिडिल ईस्ट में जब ये ऑयल का हो गया तो बैरल जो $25-20 को था वो $100 तक हो गया and people literally became billionaires, multiple billionaires overnight. And then they realized यार ये black ही अच्छा है. But then as the days progressed, now what people have said that पहले डॉलर था, फिर गोल्ड था, फिर ऑयल था, फिर they realized data. But then they realized that just having data is not good. Again, remember, it is not important what you have with you. It is important what you do with what you have. Again, it is important what you do with what you have. Just having the data, मेरा पूरा कुंडली आपके पास है, लेकिन वो कुंडली का आपने क्या किया? Facebook and everyone are today collecting everything and anything. But now what are they doing? They are analyzing कि यार राजू कहाँ जाता है, राजू ये टाइप की शूज लेता है, ये स्टोर पे 2 बार गया है, ये रेस्टोरेंट पे जा रहा है, तो वो क्या करते हैं, वो रेस्टोरेंट वाले को बोलते हैं कि ये राजू यहाँ आके ना वड़ा पाव खाएगा, तो ये आप उसको जब भी वो निकलेगा ना मैं आपको इंटीमेट करूंगी. सो दे आर डूइंग समथिंग विद द डेटा विच दे हैव कलेक्टेड. बट देन दैट इज वेयर दिस कम्स एन आइडिया कि ये डेटा का क्या कर सकते हैं. सो द न्यू करेंसी व्हाट दे से is no longer the dollars, no longer the black gold, no longer the real gold, no longer the data. It is the idea what is to be done with the data. So folks, the new currency is one idea, because one idea is going to change the world for you. And this is the capability of an idea. So the new currency, what people are talking about is, so आप ये नाम आप day in day out for at least next 5-10 years, you will see these two names, creativity and innovation. So you will have to live with it. You will have to talk, eat, sleep on this world. Coming back to one more thing. There was an era. ये कभी की बात कर रहा हूं मैं, March 2020. You know, remember March 2020, Mitro, you know, that's where our Prime Minister once came in March somewhere and said that we are going to have lockdown. So BC is no longer before Christ. That era was, BC is before Corona. Again, BC is before Corona, which is March 2020 ke pehle. And what is AD? AD, I think, would be another 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. I pray and hope after distancing would really come fast. So what are we today? We are today in the DC. DC a direct current nahi hai. DC during Corona. And folks, my friends, if you have to be relevant, I'm going to be blunt. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a professor, whether you are a businessman, whether you are an artist, whether you are a home cook or a homemaker, if you want to be relevant in the AD is the after distancing. Creativity is the only tool which will keep you relevant. Otherwise, Ram Naam Satya hai. Sure, take my word. And if you are not able to reinvent yourself, reinvent what you do, then something. Coming back, मैं आपको डरावना नहीं चाहता हूं, but then this is what I want to tell you about the importance of this word. Because one thing good is that we are all born creative. This is not I'm saying, everyone says. We are born creative, but problem कहाँ आता है to stay creative? ये क्यों हो जाता है? You know, partly let us talk about the education system. The education system, what you and me were there, the only right answer was given marks. अगर मेरे को admission चाहिए तो मेरे को 99. I was in the engineering college. I got some say 97 marks, and there were people got 104 marks. So whatever line I didn't want, they got it. I don't know, 100 के बिना 104, वो 5% कुछ मिलता था उस वक्त. I'm sure you must know about that. कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे additional marks मिलते थे. But coming back, all those things, we were given marks for giving the only one right answer. Creativity says that all are measured, most of the answers are right. Sir, आपण झापड लावून काम केलं. No, that was the Britishers days. कि follow the orders. 21 likely questions and answers. We bought it 2 days before the exam. Control Alt, Control V, Control Alt, Control V. और ऐसे आप और हम ये हो गए. तो उसमें क्या हो गया कि we lost the thought process wherein we thought that we could also think differently. That's not the end. That's not your fault and my fault. It was there, but it had its own advantages. But here I'm going to tell you something which you will really, really like it and will be happy to know. What is that? Is that one more thing which you and my teachers have told me that apne ko bola gaya tha ki ek scene nikalo. And I'm sure how many of you would have drawn something like this कि एक दोन डोंगर है, एक चंद्र है and दोन पक्षी है. And then someone, a teacher would have said that अरे यार ये creative लड़का है. और ये शायद creative नहीं है यार. आप, your mother would have sent you to a class and then in the class there would be some people in the college, there will be some people who would be playing music, who will be singing. And somewhere down the line in all our educational time, we were told that these are the creative people. और आप और हम जो math, science ये करते हैं ना, वो शायद creative नहीं है. तो ये दिमाग में अपने घुस गया है. लेकिन ये गलत है. And I will prove to you, ये गलत है क्योंकि artistic creativity is only one part of creativity. Let's understand the myth. There are various myths. These myths have caused a lot of problem in your and my life because these myths have made us to wrongly believe that we are not creative. Actually, we are creative. I would like to start by talking about 3 to 4 myths, wherein these myths I want to tell you are the deterrent to our beliefs. The first myth, Bachchan Saab fir aa gaye, just being Abhishek, that is son of Bachchan, is no license to be like a great actor. आप और हम अभिषेक के मूवीज कम देखते हैं लेकिन आज भी कौन बनेगा करोड़पति सब देखते हैं. Just being a son or a daughter of a so-called creative person is no guarantee because only 10 to 15% of creativity falls down. Falls down in the sense वो DNA में आ जाता है. Rest is all acquired. Again, creativity is not inborn. खाली 10 से 15% genes ऊपर से नीचे आते हैं. Rest is all acquired. Less has to be learned. So आपके खानदान में अगर कोई creative नहीं है तो आप बिल्कुल फिक्र मत कीजिए. You can be the first खानदान के पहले चिराग. चिराग तो आप है ही, लेकिन first creative जुगाड़ू चिराग हो सकते हैं. So myth number 1, you need not be born in a so-called myth creative family. Myth number 2, whenever creativity word comes, people say that यार ये पैसा नहीं है, बहुत तंगी है, कोविड चल रहा है, ये हो रहा है, कहाँ खाने के लिए पैसा नहीं है, कहाँ ये creativity बोल रहा है. But most of the time, remember folks, creativity is not costly. Most of the resources, listen carefully, most of the resources you will need to innovate or do experiments will be with you. For example, on the screen, if you see, there is a doctor is solving the greatest problem what healthcare people would have been with just a 2 rupees ki chikat patti. What is he doing? He is applying a tape on the elbow because over there, the problem they are solving it is to avoid people touching the face with their hand. So अगर मैंने elbow हिलाया तो what signal goes here? बेटा कुछ दुख रहा है. Touch me not, touch me not. और कितने रुपए का वो चिकट पट्टी है? It's hardly 10 रुपया और कितने ऐसे hospitals में तो free दिए जाते हैं. So this is what is the second myth I want to really bash it out is creativity need not be expensive. A lot of people feel that I need to be expert. यार मेरे पास knowledge नहीं है finance का, मेरे पास engineering का knowledge नहीं है. यार I am a commerce student so I don't know what is medicine or I don't know this. मैं arts की student हूँ यार, मेरे को उधर मालूम है लेकिन ये मालूम नहीं. Believe me friends, you see expertise is helpful, but it is not a must in creativity. You can be creative in spite of not having enough knowledge. You should have enough intelligence, enough IQ or EQ. The example over here, I'm sure most of you know, but for those who probably have missed it out, let me tell you this story about this fan and a box. In Japan, they realized that some customer got a sabun dabba लेकिन अंदर साबुन ही नहीं था. No, they got an empty box. And then in Japan, they said, halla gulla, kya karega? The company directors came, they had teams putting kya kare, and they decided to put a laser somewhere, ye cost karenge, wo karenge, uska wajan karenge, and they came up with some thing. And in the same shop, in the same assembly line, वो एक जुगाड़ू बाड़ू उधर था. वो अपने जैसा ही जुगाड़ू था. वो जुगाड़ू बोला यार क्या इतना मगरमच्छ है, क्या करने का, एक पंखा लगाया, वो पंखे को ऐसा टर्न किया, और टर्न किया तो पंखा जोर से चलाया, जो कुछ लाइट है वो भाग गया. कन्वेयर बेल्ट से इट जस्ट फ्लू आउट. अरे 100%. So what expertise this guy would have been, the only expertise he had was a practical common sense. So again, for creativity to happen, for innovation to happen, you probably do not need expertise in that field. In fact, being expert at times can be hindrance, because अपन negative ही सोचना चालू करते हैं. अरे यार ऐसा किया तो strength of material क्या होगा, वो term क्या होगा, वो CAT का होगा, वो ROI क्या होगा, वो SIP क्या होगा, all those things come. एकदम दिल खुलास. Creativity में ये सब barriers आपको छोड़ना पड़ेगा. So this is third myth. The fourth myth. A lot of people have these two myths, which the first myth is that कि आप अच्छे ड्राइंग वाले हो, गाना वाले हो तो ही क्रिएटिव हो, या सेकंड मिथ वाज आप प्रोडक्ट ही में क्रिएटिविटी बन सकती है. यानी आईफोन 4 आया तो आईफोन 5 आएगा, अभी 13 आएगा, नेक्स्ट 2 महीने में आईफोन 15 आएगा, 16 आएगा, व्हाटएवर. बट फ्रेंड्स, if today you want to do something in creativity, the most important and the easy thing is to have creativity in service field. जी हाँ दोस्तों, service field is somewhere which is the fastest going thing in this creativity. So a lot of things you can do it. So the myth which I want to break over here is creativity is not restricted to only products, but creativity is also includes many other things. See the shopping way that we were doing it. Yeah, there are houses where people have stopped going outside. They just shop on the this this. आज के बाद अपन, you remember अरे taxi बुलाओ, all our parents or your parents would be saying a few years back, अरे taxi बुलाओ. अभी वो भी भूल गए, वो बोलते ओला बुलाओ, उबर बुलाओ. The whole concept of this has been changed because a lot of innovations, lot of creativity is now coming into service field. Product creative होती है दोस्तों, लेकिन product creative में ज़्यादा time लगता है, ज़्यादा resources लगते हैं, ज़्यादा पैसा लगता है. So rather than start with something by which a service में creativity आप ज़्यादा ये करो. So now you'll see more of Swiggy's coming. Now you'll see more of this service provider home delivery things, cab thing, all the Denso thing. All these things are coming there because it is slightly easier to start into this. So with these 4 myths, आप बोलेंगे लेकिन ये myths हो गया, like fact क्या है? Then creativity है क्या? Write it down दोस्तों. लिख लो, जान लो, creativity is nothing but a skill, and skill is something which can be learned. Simple. Creativity is a skill, skill can be learned. Creativity is a skill, skill can be learned. जिस दिन मैं और आप पैदा हुए तो फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो के साइकिल चलाते नहीं आए, right? Someone helped us. Maybe your brother, your father, your mother. Someone said that अभी आप गिर गए, लगा, तो क्या था? ये skill है, skill is acquired. Cycle, doing a cycle is acquired. Sitting on the right now, we all are into a e thing. I think ये Zoom नाम ना 2 साल पहले मित्रों BC class, BC is before Corona. जब कोई बोलता था ना Zoom, मेरे को क्या Zoom बराबर Zoom शराबी, that famous song याद आता था. या Zoom was only a channel, वो फुकट आता था. 279 नंबर है वो चैनल का. उधर कुछ ऐसे 3rd grade movies दिखाते थे. But now people, Zoom is a symbol of status. Public क्या बोल रहा है अभी, मैं Zoom पे हूँ. Things have changed. So till yesterday I was not knowing Zoom. I learned it. I practiced it. Now I know it. Creativity till yesterday I was not knowing it, or I was not aware that I was creative. Never mind. I learned it. I practiced it, and I'm practicing it. So creativity is something like a skill. And what is the difference between a talent? Talent है जो ऊपर वाला देता है. Skill वो आप और हमको मेहनत करना पड़ता है. Sir, having a 6-pack, ऐसे ही सलमान खान को 6 packs नहीं आते हैं दोस्तों. He also wakes up at 5 o'clock, then does an exercise, then do all those things. तभी all सब वो शान शौकत, all those things come. So थोड़ी मेहनत इस पे भी आप करनी चाहिए. It is not free. It has to come with lot of perspiration. And why this is everyone is talking कि सुबह और शाम एक ही नाम क्यों नहीं लेते और कोई नाम? क्योंकि क्या हुआ है, आप अगर ये चार्ट देखेंगे 2015 में creativity was at number 10. This was the top skills which people were looking, whether they were hiring people or they wanted to hire. Suppose Symbiosis Arts and Commerce School wanted some professors. So they were looking for whatever skills. These were the some skills क्या क्या है. तभी creativity 10वें नंबर पे थी. और 2020 में वही थिंग वो बिना का गीत माला में अमीन सयानी का बिना का गीत माला आता था, वो उधर सॉन्ग्स ऊपर नीचे होते थे. वैसे क्रिएटिविटी 2020 में तीसरे नंबर पे पदान में गया था. और उतना ही नहीं, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं, अरे जब लिंक्डइन कहता है तब एवरीवन एग्रीज. लिंक्डइन इन 2020 डिड अ सर्वे एज व्हाट आर द टॉप हार्ड स्किल्स एंड व्हाट आर द टॉप सॉफ्ट स्किल्स पीपल शुड हैव. एंड इन हार्ड स्किल्स देखने जैसे अगर आप पिक्चर फोटो भी लेना चाहते हैं तो फोटो ले लीजिए. आई एम एब्सोल्युटली ओके, यू कैन हैव दिस बिकॉज दे टॉक अबाउट स्किल्स. आइए आपको अगर टाइम मिलने वाला है तो ये हार्ड स्किल्स यू शुड रियली लर्न, which is blockchain, cloud computing, analytical reasoning, UX, business. And by the way, video production, you won't believe folks, video thing अगर आप नहीं कर सीखते तो अभी टाइम है. Make sure that you learn to know how to make a video, edit the video, put it video, because lot of things become easier when you show it how it is to be done. And see on the left hand side, they're talking about soft skills. बाकी सब तीसरे नंबर से कभी पहले नंबर पे गया है. Such is the importance of creativity which is there. So बाकी सब लोग भूल गए हैं कि क्या है और क्या नहीं है. चलो, तो ये लेक्चर तो हो गया. So let's do some activity. I'm sorry I'm not able to interact with you. Gautami, is there anything on the chat which I need to know?
No sir, there's nothing in the chat box.
So they're all listening, praying, और window to window चल रहा है मालूम नहीं है. But Sharu ma'am, is it going good? Are you able to hear my voice and speed is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything is okay. Fine.
Thank you. Let's take it ahead.
And I'm sure even students are finding it interesting, and they'll be more involved now as you start the activity.
Yes. So as you have suggested, let me try and attempt to you कि कोई भी चीज improve करने के पहले we should know हम कहाँ तक है, right? So we should know where we stand. So I'm going to give you an activity. So all of you, आपका कोरा कागज, मेरा जीवन कोरा कागज जरा खोल दो and draw something what I've shown it on the screen. So these are not your marks, jokes. Okay, these are not your marks and my marks. Just draw 15 circles as I've shown, and if you have drawn it, just give me a heads up, or you can unmute and tell me. एक रुपए के कॉइन के साइज के हिसाब से आप ये ड्रॉ कर लीजिए. Nothing hard and fast, but please draw it. We are going to find out कि how creativity, ये measurement of creativity. अगर कोई improve चीज करने की है तो first thing is that you should measure it. So I'm going to give you an activity where you can measure your creativity. So अगर आप और हमने किया है तो just give me a heads up. So I'll go to the next slide.
Done, sir.
Yeah, most of you. By the way, there is one icon which you can say thumbs up or say chat is something I'm not able to see, but I'm sure you can unmute. 15 simple things. कोई artwork है एकदम fancy नहीं निकालने का है. Thank you. I can see some claps. Okay. Okay. So I presume everyone has done. What is that we are going to do? I'm going to tell you on this slide. Please listen carefully and then you start. Please create something meaningful out of this circle. Again, मैं आपको explain करता हूँ. Suppose you decide, please create or please do not write. कोई alphabet नहीं लिखने के, आपको draw करने के. First चीज draw. Suppose you decide to convert one circle into a ball. तो you make a ball. But don't say that एक बार ball हो गया तो 15 छोटा ball, table tennis ball, holly ball, tennis ball, ये ball करके 15 ball मत बनाओ. Now go to something else which are normally circular in nature. Draw things that are normally circular in nature in next 2 minutes. I'm sure you must have understood. Do not write anything. Please convert this into something meaningful. यानी आपको क्या करने का है कि इसमें ये टेम्पलेट यूज करके प्लीज ड्रॉ समथिंग विच थिंग्स आर नॉर्मली circular in nature. So till the time you draw, let me stop sharing it. Let me switch on to my next PPT. Till the time, I'll give you some time for you to draw. Please draw something out of this circle which are normally circular in nature. For example, a ball is normally circular. So maybe I can draw a ball, but do not repeat those things. There are a lot of things in the universe. Please look up, please look down, please go to the kitchen, please go outside. See whatever things that are normally circular, please draw on that page. Do not write anything. और आप पिकासा होने की जरूरत नहीं. You do not be MF Hussain. It has to be an indicative drawing. So just draw something which you can identify. So let me know if few of you have done. Have you? Stop. Stop. I'm sure you must have drawn something. Can I have a heads up saying that you have done something so I know you have done? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all of those who took efforts. यार मैं इतना बकबक कर रहा हूँ, थोड़ा आपको हेलो हाय तो कर सकते हो यार. Thank you. Thank you all those who made efforts and drew something. Now here I'm going to tell you how to interpret this. So listen carefully. I told you to use these 15 circles and convert them into something meaningful, right? So anyone would like to unmute and just tell me what have you drawn, because I cannot see it. One or two people just unmute and tell me कि आपने क्या-क्या draw किया है.
Snowman from 2 circles.
Okay.
Watch.
Okay.
1 rupee coin.
Okay. Wonderful.
Food. Sun.
Okay.
Clock.
Fruit.
Okay.
CD. Donut.
A pizza.
Emojis.
Interconnected hearts.
Wow. अभी
The
Valentine
Ashok,
जल्दी आ रहा है. I can understand.
Ashoka Chakra of the Indian flag.
Wonderful. Who was it?
Drone frame.
Manish,
Drone
that was
frame.
Manish.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Igloo.
Great. Now I'm going to show you. You must have all drawn something like this. किसी ने sunflower निकाला, किसी ने watch निकाला, सबने अशोक चक्र निकाला, सबने donut निकाला, सबने football निकाला, किसने money माऊ निकाली, कोई pig draw किया है, या whatever these things, right? So किसकी creativity ज्यादा अच्छी है और किसकी creativity कम है? सर आप ये जान लीजिए, आप और हम creative है, तो ये पक्का है. This is like unwritten truth. So हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि आप जहां से हैं वहां से और क्रिएटिव बन रहे हैं. तो ये एक टेस्ट है. दिस टेस्ट इज रियली अ टेस्ट व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज 3 minute 30 circle. So actually what you do, you clock it for 3 minutes, have 30 circle chart, and उसमें 3 मिनट में ज्यादा से ज्यादा चीजें आप उसमें निकालने की है. And then out of the say about 140 people here, आप किसकी में सबसे 30 के 30 है, किसमें सबसे अलग है, किसमें डिफरेंट है, वो हिसाब से आप और हम कितने कम या ज्यादा क्रिएटिव हो सकते हैं. Now this is see. Now the two charts I'm showing you. Some people would have drawn something, and some people would have also drawn some. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are.
Yeah. So some people would have joined. Someone said that I have drawn a snowman. Now, how many of 145 people, कितने लोगों ने snowman किया? ऐसे थोड़े ही लोगों ने सोचा रहेगा कि snowman. How many people would have joined two circles to make a cycle? Say, see the left, right, bottom cycle निकाली है. So how many of you would have drawn a Gandhi ji ka chashma? So this is something which shows. Now you can only tell me that which is a more creative drawing number 1, which is on the screen, or drawing number 2. So you would only know that these person who have drawn this have drawn some more details, have come up with an idea of merging something. See this one thing, they have drawn something as a paper and a fork is outside. So all those people who have thought something differently are slightly more creative than this. Don't worry. Agar you were on picture number 1, slowly you are going to go on picture number 2 and maybe picture number 3, which I'm going to show you. See, somewhere creativity gives you the license to go outside. So if you have not thought कि आप circle में ही draw किया है, now remove that myth कि आप बाहर भी draw कर सकते हैं. आप सोच रहेंगे कि मैं 2 सर्कल ज्वाइन करूं या 3 करूं या 4 करूं. You know, I had a student who joined all the 15 circle और बोला मैं गले की माला कर रहा हूं. अरे why not? This is creativity दोस्तों. You have the license to do anything what your heart says. दिल की सुनो दोस्तों. कभी कभी दिल अच्छा बात करता है. तो दिल की सुनो. तो ये दिल क्या कह रहा है वो आप क्रिएटिविटी में कर लो. तो ये 2 सर्कल्स है या मल्टीपल थिंग्स है. एंड देन if I had given you enough time, if I had given you enough time, someone of you would have come up with this solution also. See, how many times have you gone on a signal? I know you don't wait for a signal in Pune. They say that orange is go fast and red is go still fast. That's a very wrong way of doing it. But then signal, अरे यार ये क्यों मैंने याद आ गया? अरे the मिकी माउस का चेहरा गोल है. अरे ये बर्गर गोल है. यार तवा गोल है या क्लॉक गोल है या बॉल गोल है या some planets are round. So all those things come under this. So this is what is creativity. So between three things, three pictures, if you started somewhere here, absolutely okay. You would have not completed 15 also, that's also okay. But then you should have been able to think differently as to different categories. When I'm talking about categories, one is a living. See here, my Mickey Mouse hai, cat hai, dog hai, pig hai. So this becomes one category. The second is a sports category, either football hai or koi equipment. Third can be say eye hai. So this is a human category. So kitne alag-alag category ke aap soch paaye hai. So there is a creative guy would be able to think in different categories. So if you understood, one parameter by which creativity is judged is how many different categories he is able to draw. The second is how many he has drawn. अगर 3 मिनट में 30 किया है, तो this word is called as fluency, कि वो fluent है creativity में, वो सब के सब 100% उधर किया है. Then अलग क्या है कि he is able to make a tabla no one has, he is able to combine into cycle. So this is something different. So depending on all these things, a person's creativity is measured. ये ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है कि my weight is 65 kg or 95 kg. This is not absolute terms. Creativity is a relative terms. वो time में 10 children है, शायद ये 2 sheets are slightly better than the remaining 8. So there is no absolute terms में ये 90% creativity है या ये 60% creativity है. It is a relative thing. We just have to go slightly better into this. So up till now, let me quickly recombine this and then we will go to the part B of today's session. We started today with the first thing as to define creativity. You had your own definition. I suggested one definition, which was ability to generate multiple solutions. Then we concluded that solutions always exist, provided you should have that will set to find out the solution. And then there always will be n+1 solution. N is the number of solutions which you and me have found. 1 is the one which you and me have not thought of. Then we came to the concept where we tried to differentiate between what is creativity, what is innovation, what is entrepreneurship, and what is startup. For those who have joined late or for those, let me just brief you into what that means. Creativity is nothing but an idea. creativity is nothing but an idea. Innovation is making a prototype of it, working prototype. Remember कि चलने वाला चाहिए, ये दिमाग में रख के सड़ जाएगा सर. डाउनलोड कीजिए, जैसे आप डाउनलोड करते हैं ना सब, वैसे आपके दिमाग में जो है ना वो डाउनलोड चालू कीजिए. और खाली डाउनलोड करके रखने का और सेव फोल्डर करके रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. ट्राई दिस, कुछ करो, काले करो हाथ, जाओ बाहर देखो, कुछ ड्रॉ करो, कुछ बनाओ. सो दैट इज वेयर द इनोवेशन विल कम. और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का है जो आपका जुगाड़ किसी ने पैसा देके से. द फन इज इवन इफ यू आर होम बेकर, आप केक बनाओ और देखो आपका बेस्ट फ्रेंड वो खरीदता है क्या. वो जो 100 रुपया जो छोटा गांधी मिलता है ना, वो सेटिस्फैक्शन, दिल का सुकून रहता है. यू नो द फर्स्ट 500 rupees you earn, that is through creativity. Believe me, this is through something by doing it. Try this up. अभी आपके बहुत टाइम है. Whatever things you are good into that, please see whether आप ऐसी कुछ चीज कर सकते हो जो लोग खरीदना चाहते हैं, जिसके लिए वो खिस्से में से जो 100 रुपया, 200 रुपया, 500 रुपया है, 2000 रुपया है, वो निकाल के दे पाएंगे. That is the start of this. और वो बाकी के बिल गेट्स क्या कर रहा है वो जाने दे, वो कुछ भी करेगा, वो these are examples. But for you and me, let me make the first 10 cakes and sell it. Let me make the 10 pav bhajis and sell it. Let me make the 10 greeting cards and sell it. So this is what is entrepreneurship. So coming back to the next point, what we discussed is we concluded that if you want to make ethical money, creativity or an idea has the power to give you that license. And last we discussed is creativity is a skill. Skill can be learned. इतना आप ख्याल में रखो कि मेरे को क्रिएटिव नहीं है क्योंकि कोई गलत से मेरे को बोला, कोई टीचर या कोई प्रोफेसर या कोई आर्ट्स टीचर बोला कि यार आप थोड़ा क्रिएटिव नहीं है, आप इस फील्ड में नहीं आओ. आपकी गलती नहीं है दोस्तों. यू आर बॉर्न क्रिएटिव बिकॉज आपने देखा, आपने अभी ड्राइंग किया तो यू कुड क्रिएट. 15 में से आपने जिन्होंने 8 के ऊपर ड्राइंग किए तो वो 100% क्रिएटिविटी है, क्रिएटिव है. सो you are able to give solutions. So all those things all are naturally inside you. क्या होता है वो इनसाइड का अपने को बाहर लाने का है and can be learned. So let me take a pause. We are almost into 1 hour of this session. Sharyu ma'am, do you need a 5 minutes break just to recap? So
do you want a 5 minutes break or should we tell something to the students to do for that time? What is it?
No, I don't need. I just wanted थोड़ा सा आपको break चाहिए या you want to convey something? It's good for me. Or otherwise I can continue. I have no issues.
I think you're doing an activity, so we can continue because that's like a break only. I'm sure they're enjoying.
Okay. Okay. So folks, please take up your
break. I mean, if you would like to take a break, then maybe you can.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. I take this as the consensus. Thank you for being there for this long 1 hour, and I promise you the next hour would be more interesting because now what we are going to learn is मैं जहां क्रिएटिव हूं उससे थोड़ा ज्यादा कैसे हो सकता. थोड़ा है, थोड़े की जरूरत है. अपने को एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास फर्स्ट डिस्टिंक्शन एकदम होना का जरूरत है क्या? शायद लेटर है, लेकिन अभी क्या जरूरत है? अभी मैं जहां हूं वहीं से थोड़ा है, थोड़े की जरूरत है. तो ये थोड़े से थोड़ा कैसे ऐड करते हैं? डेल्टा एक्स. All those mathematicians, statisticians know this term called as delta x. तो डेल्टा एक्स से आप और हम ये करते हैं. So I'm going to take you through something where you and me can improve our creativity. Creativity is not an isolated thing. खाली आप improve हो गए या आपका बाजू वाला नहीं हो गया, आपका environment नहीं हो गया, तो शायद इतनी improvement you will not be able to feel. So if creativity has to improve the environment around you, it's a very holistic way. There are 4 P's of creativity. First, person, जो आप और हम. Second, place, the environment where you and me are. Third, the process or the things you are doing. And the products. अगर ये सब में आप थोड़े बदलाव ला सकते हैं, अगर आप उसमें थोड़े changes ला सकते हैं, हर एक में वो बोलते हैं ना 0.1% of change every day is like huge change in a year. But the problem is we don't do even that 0.1%. आप चालू कीजिए किसी एक में या हर एक में थोड़े इंप्रूवमेंट स्टार्ट कीजिए. यू विल फील दैट इन नेक्स्ट से 21 days, 15 days, 8 days, you would be a different person itself. वो आज 1 किलो के नए शानदार पैक में वो डालडा करके एक आता था, तो they changed the packing of that dalda and they said they had an advertisement running. अब 1 किलो के नए शानदार पैक में, and believe me, if you start doing this delta changes in yourself, your parents or your सगे वाले, your friends will say यार ये कल तक तो ठीक था, आज कुछ अलग है. You know, the ad of sauce, ये आज कुछ अलग है. तो ये अलग चीज आप और हम कैसे ला सकते हैं is we are going to now see. So the first thing is person, right? Listen carefully. I'm going to make one statement and see if you agree. If you agree, just give me a thumbs up. अगर आप अंदर से शांत है तो ही आप बाहर से शांत हो सकते हैं. If you are at peace within yourself, then only you can be the peace with the outside world. Yes, no? Thank you. Thank you for all those who took an effort. Sir, you come agitated to the class and then teacher is teaching you anything. कुछ आपको समझ में आने वाला नहीं है sir. I wish we were like a empty glass or a half filled glass. आप पूरा ग्लास भर के मैं पानी पी रहा हूँ, ये पूरा पानी अगर भर के मैं फिर उसमें पानी डालने वाला हूँ तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. You have to empty yourself. अगर आप अंदर से शांत है तो ही आप बाहर से शांत हो सकते हैं. अगर आपको क्रिएटिव बनने का है तो आपको अंदर से शांत होना जरूरी है. And what is the fastest way of getting into peace within is meditation. मैं कोई बाबा नहीं हूँ. All the babas are in the jail. मैं आपको खाली एक ही चीज बोलने वाला हूँ. Meditation is the fastest way to be with yourself. And I'm going to just explain you, and if you would do it, I would love it. For all those people, please close your eyes. Don't worry, I'm not going to go out. I'm going to explain you one Corona meditation. And what is that you are going to do in that Corona meditation? आप खाली आपकी आंख बंद कर रहे हो, and I'm presuming all 140 people on this call have closed their eyes. Remove your specs. एक आंख से मत देखिए, मैं वही हूँ, I'm married also, and then I'm not going to leave you till another hour. So what is that you do while meditation? Please close your eyes. Please take a deep breath. Slowly release. And I'm sure you all are doing. Sir, जो भी करेगा कमाल का करेगा, वरना नहीं करेगा. If I'm there in the class, I will do it. Otherwise, I am not there in the class. I don't need to be there in the class. So I'm believing all of you are doing this. Take a deep breath. Slowly in. As you are taking inside, tell yourself that I will be physically active. आप खुद को बोलिए, I will be physically active. And as you are breathing out, tell yourself, I will be mentally relaxed. Tell yourself, I'll be mentally relaxed. One more time. Breathe in, I'll be physically active. Breathe out, I'll be mentally relaxed. For the last time, I'll be physically active. I'll be mentally relaxed. Slowly open your eyes, give a small massage, take it on your face. Sir, शाहरुख खान ने चकदे में 70 मिनट मांगे थे. I'm asking only 10 minutes of your life. जी हाँ दोस्तों, कुछ भी आप कितना भी बिजी हो जाए, प्लीज इन्वेस्ट दिस 10 minutes because 10 minutes is the key to success. 10 minutes is the key to creativity. And this 10 minutes क्या करने का? कुछ नहीं sir. Whatever you believe in it, please breathe in and breathe out. And while you breathe in, tell yourself, I'll be physically active. And while you breathe out, tell yourself, I'll be mentally relaxed. It's not that you will be alone है, लेकिन I'm with my laptop and window to window चल रहा है. It's with only your eyes closed and you're breathing on. Because what they say, if an egg, listen carefully, if an egg is broken from outside, the life ends. If an egg is broken from outside, the life ends. If the same egg is broken from inside, a life begins. Something idea is similar to what an egg is. Idea आने वाली है अंदर से sir. If you cannot go out, go within. Because this is the time where ideas will come to you, and meditation is one of the most powerful tool to make you creative. Please commit yourself 10 minutes and don't tell me you don't have 10 minutes. अगर आपके पास खुद के लिए 10 मिनट नहीं है ना, तो टॉयलेट में 10 मिनट ज्यादा बैठिए. Serious. Let people bang. क्या कर रहा है यार, मेरी मर्जी, मैं 10 मिनट ज्यादा लूंगा, और उधर आप मेडिटेट कीजिए. But don't give an excuse that आपको खुद के लिए 10 मिनट नहीं है. अगर if that is the case, then you don't deserve to be what you are. Please gift yourself. आज एक रिजॉल्व कीजिए सर, आप कुछ भी भूलिए, आज सब कुछ भूल जाइए what I am talking about. बट ये मत भूलिए कि मेरे को खुद के लिए 10 मिनट देने की है. और उसमें क्या फायदा होगा, नुकसान तो नहीं होने वाला है. टेक माय वर्ड. एंड आई एम नॉट एनी प्रीचर बाबा, ना कोई मेरे पास ऐसा रोब है या कुछ है. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन ऑनेस्ट सबमिशन. ये 10 मिनट आपके लिए बहुत जरूरी है. बिकॉज being at peace within will be the best thing what you would take. Let's go. One more thing. As we age, one thing what we tell yourself that आप और हमने बचपन खो दिया है. See the time when we were dancing, the first rains, अपन डांस करते थे, बोट करते थे यार, इधर गाना गाते थे, ये करते थे, हम लोग सब भूल गए. वो हम पीछे छूट गए, किसी स्टेशन पे छूट गए. What creativity, what you and me have to do is that we have to get that back, because now what we have been used to is working with the left brain. Statistics, ये Pythagoras theorem, वो theorem, ये theorem, और जो कलर है, जो गाना है, वो ठंडे ठंडे पानी से नहाना चाहिए. You know, all those things you have forgotten, which you should be doing right now. Right? Let me do an activity. All of you are ready with the paper and pen. Please get your paper and pen, and please do something which I am telling you. Please, 3, 2, 1. Fastest way, draw a triangle. Come on. Fastest way, draw a triangle. Just 15 seconds. Draw a triangle. Come on. Come on. Do it fast. Are yaar, done. 15 seconds over. Thumbs up, done, 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 done. Great. Few of you I can see. Okay. Others, I'm presuming you must have also done. Right? And how many of you would have, honestly, Bola, how many of you would have drawn something like this? Unmute karo yaar. Dil se bolo. Kiya yaar. Maine kiya.
Yes, sir, same here.
Most of you? Yeah. Because when we hear this word, because that left brain of your and mine is very active. हम लोग क्या हम लोग पीछे गए, लेफ्ट ब्रेन में ढूंढा, ट्रायंगल, इक्विलैटरल, 3 साइड्स. यार वो शाहरुख खान का मूवी आता था, क्या आप 5वीं पास हो? क्या? आई डोंट नो वेदर द न्यू जनरेशन नोज, बट ऑल द सीनियर पीपल ऑन दिस कॉल वुड नो. एक शाहरुख खान का सीरियल आता था, क्या आप 5वीं पास हो क्या? नो, आई एम श्योर all those who have drawn, it's not your fault. But then tell me, does in the world only equilateral triangle exist? Are there any other triangles in the world? Unmute.
Yes, definitely, sir.
What are those?
There are.
Isosceles and normal triangle.
Isosceles triangle and scalene triangle.
Yeah, then why have you not drawn? आप और हमको जब बोला गया कि हम triangle try करें. See, I was taking this class. The creativity gives you the license to think beyond the equilateral triangle. So there are isosceles triangles, and then I was taking this class for a 9th standard, and वो बच्चा एक लाइन मारा है. आप और हम लाइन मारते हैं. I know you all are masters in all those things. वो लाइन मारा और बोलता है सर मेरा ये ट्रायंगल है. And the whole class exploded. वो हर क्लास का एक गुंडा रहता है ना. So I thought, लेकिन वो उसको देख के he had a sparkle in his eyes, and I was sure that he was not that kind of a guy. So I asked him, beta, why do you think a single line is a triangle? वो बोलता है सर my triangle is down, sir. आप ऊपर से देख रहे हैं, ऊपर से देखा तो एक लाइन है सर. My triangle is going down, sir. Who was right and wrong? Tell me. He was right and I was wrong, because according to him, वो family planning का triangle कैसे नीचे जाता है, ऊपर से अगर आपने देखा तो एक लाइन दिखने वाली है. And then there were शैतान लोग हमारे MBA में, symbiosis as a real class of people like you. उधर मैं ले रहा था, वो बोलता है यार triangle is something अमिताभ बच्चन, जया बहादुरी and रेखा. ये जोक था यार, कुछ हेलो हाय कर, जोक, दिस वाज जोक यार. अप्रिशिएट करो यार. थैंक यू, हेलो हाय. And then creativity gives you the power to think that way. Thank you for all those things. Thank you for emojis. Yeah. So creativity gives you the power कि ये triangle beyond isosceles equilateral triangle के सिवा बच्चन, रेखा और ये यार माधुरी दीक्षित और वो क्या सलमान और कोई और भी था क्या, मैं Sanjay Dutt. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, ma'am. So that is also allowed. So creativity gives you flexibility in everything. So please start thinking like that. आपको किसी ने बोला isosceles triangle draw करने का, go beyond the equilateral triangle. There are so many other triangles. So that's being childlike. Yes.
Sir, when you were talking about that line, one more idea clicked in my mind. There are you know the sides of the paper ना,
Yes.
तो वो जो लास्ट वाला साइड होता है उस पे if we draw a line, so it will be a right angle triangle, एकदम edges
Yes.
of the paper.
It will be, man. अभी से ऐसा सोचना चालू कीजिए. My request to you, please think differently. आप क्रिएटिव हो ही और आप ज्यादा बनोगे. This is apps, ma'am. This is beautifully said, and thank you for sharing. If anyone would like to share, I'll pause for a second. Any other idea which you got while thinking of these triangles? Okay. Please be comfortable. Please share it. There's nothing wrong. Thank you for those who have shared this. Yes, folks, be a child. And who is a child? Child is curious, happy. वो not being childy. Childy आता माझी सटकली. तो सटकली तर घरी जा ना, इथं काय करतो? You know, all those people who feel that आता माझी सटकली, तो please don't come out. Don't come and waste our time. घर में जाके बैठो. अखड़ना मुर्दों की पहचान है. So you should be flexible. You should ask questions. You know, in why they're saying that the abroad the education system is slightly better than this, because the teacher would grade. I did my master's there. Teacher would grade people as to what type of questions he has asked. Sherry ma'am, I'm sure you must be knowing it. Over there, a lot of stress is given onto what kind of question a student asks rather than what kind of answers. आपने कहा एकदम आंसर क्या है उस पे मार्क मिलते हैं, उधर स्टूडेंट्स को किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं उस पे मार्क मिलते हैं. So be that child, because then that child will get you this outside. But someone, when I asked you what is creativity, someone said think out of the box. This is one more jargon. और thinking out of the box की कोई ज्यादा बड़ा कुछ चीज नहीं है, थोड़ा सा अलग है यार. थोड़ा सा लैपटॉप से थोड़ा आगे जाइए, या थोड़ा सा if you have 2-3 children and you want to take it on your lap, why have some chair which is only one? So थोड़ा सा लेफ्ट जाइए, थोड़ा सा राइट जाइए, थोड़ा नीचे जाइए, थोड़ा ऊपर जाइए, थोड़ा टेढ़ा हो जाइए. वही मैं बोलता हूँ सर, अखड़ने का नहीं सर. Don't be that pencil which will break. टूटूंगा लेकिन झुकूंगा नहीं. इधर झुकने वाला चीज ही नहीं है, इधर एंगल चेंज वाली चीज है. वहां मैं जैसा कहां से मेरे को ये दिखता है वो देखने की जरूरत है. No offense anywhere, but when there is a will, there is always a way. This is in the lighter side. Don't curse me for this and don't shout for this. But then they say that whenever you are alive, that is you are breathing, please have your mind open. अगर आपने आपका mind open नहीं रखा, mind is like a parachute. If it is open, then you are alive. If it doesn't open by some way, Ram Naam Satya hai. अगर imagine you are in a parachute and it never opens. So don't allow your mind to be closed. अगर आपको creative बनने का है, तो you should really have your mind open. And this story, I'm sure you love this story. For those people who are hearing for the first time, for those it's a repetition. Repetition is mother of learning, and you always should. We all have repeatedly learned something. The story goes like this. Most of the people in US love watching football and other things, and they carry a lot of food into the stadium. So they used to carry a lot of ice cream bowls, and वो metal के bowls थे या कभी glass के थे. And the greatest problem for those was not organizing the match, but the clearance of the glasses which were left by the spectators onto the stadium. So पूरा कमेटी बिठाया, क्या करेंगे. फिर पूना में दत्त के पास जाएंगे तो बोले 20 रुपया एडवांस रखिए. फिर ग्लास देने के बाद वो आपको 20 रुपया मिलेगा. कोई बोलेगा घर से डब्बा लेके आइए, तो सुजाता मस्ता में आ जाएंगे आप, घर से डब्बा लाइए, और ऑल दोस थिंग्स थे. एंड देन एक हमारा जुगाड़ू था, ऐसा ही सुन रहा था ये क्या बोल रहे, बकवास. सर ये आइसक्रीम वो डब्बा है ना, उसको खा ही देते हैं. या सीरियस, व्हाट ही सेड, लेट्स ईट. And then that was the birth of this goal. So this is what happens when you have your mind switched on. When our mind is open, you can get these ideas, and perhaps one idea has changed the world thing. This product today is a household name. And this one idea or these ideas have these people like Uber. You want to start a taxi company? The first thing you will feel that I need taxis. Uber thought, आपकी टैक्सी, दूसरा कस्टमर, पैसा मैं लूंगा. Facebook had a program. They said that they don't write contents. आप और हम कंटेंट डालेंगे. कल स्टेटस चिलिंग आउट इन महाबलेश्वर, this ये इधर eating at a place, this, ये वड़ा पाव इधर खा रहा है, and then पैसा कौन बना रहा है? Facebook बना रहा है. So this is out of the box thinking. Alibaba is the largest, carries no inventory. तुम्हारा stock, customer मैं दूंगा. I have a software which will connect the right customer to your this. Apple, it's a status symbol of the world. Doesn't have his own factory. Bangalore में बनता है Apple, China में बनता है, दुनिया में बिकता है. And WhatsApp, perhaps I think we all should really contribute. ये आदमी को next Nobel Prize देना चाहिए. वो गीता कोई ग्रेटा को nominate किया. I think they are not worth. I think this guy should be, because he has connected so many unconnected people. Now I can talk with my friends 30 years. Oh, by the way, sorry, I disclosed my age. I'm not that old. I'm still young. But then this person has really connected all those bhule bisre log. I think this is one thing. An idea has created lots of difference for this. And ये कैसे हो जाता है? A very simple thing. आज के बाद, please make this a habit. Please have a छोटू सा 10 रुपए का एक rolling pad आता है. On the left hand of the screen you will see. Please invest 10 rupees with you. 10 रुपया क्या करने का? नीचे जाइए, किराना माल की दुकान में बोलो एक नोट पैड दीजिए और लिखिए. जो कुछ अच्छा दिखता है, जो कुछ है अभी अच्छा दिखता है. I'm sure you all are smart. You have your smartphones. But then you also know when the phone gets lost or when we migrate to another phone, all the data which is there doesn't get. So क्या करने का? एक छोटा सा डायरी और पेन लिखने का. जो कुछ अच्छा दिखता है ना, वो लिखने का. And next time, remember, please carry all your 5 senses plus 1 sense, the common sense, which is most uncommon, whenever you wake up. There are a lot of people who say, I'm traveling में सोते हैं. तो आप सोते हैं तो सोते ही रहो. आप कुंभकर्ण के औलाद हो, क्यों जिंदा हो गए? आप सोते ही रहो. But if you are not following the कुंभकर्ण rule, please be awake. And वो क्या करने का awake होके? आप और हमको जो कुछ चल रहा है टक आप कॉलेज के गेट पे ऊपर टक देखते हैं ना, वैसे आप थोड़ा टाइम वो देखिए, लेकिन बाहर भी देखिए क्या चल रहा है. Because lot of things can be seen, and advertisement is one thing which is the most powerful way of getting creative. So many good punchlines. अमूल ये है, आप इंस्टा पे किसी एक्टर ने क्या उसका सर दुख रहा है and then so sorry, अरे उसको आज unfriend करो. Amul, lot of people उसको subscribe करो and make sure that you invest your time into these things, because this is what is going to give you your that hard-earned money. वो उसमें क्या होगा? वो एक्टर का सर दुखता है नहीं दुखता है मालूम नहीं, वो रिच हो रही है, आपका पैसा जा रहा है. But then my point over here is, be that like a mobile क्या करता है? He tries to be in the range. वो कहाँ एंटीना है उसको कैप्चर करता है. वैसे you also try to be in the network कि क्या चल रहा है, बाहर क्या चल रहा है, कौन सी एडवर्टाइजमेंट है, कौन कैसे. You know, by the way, Nike, when Nadal won his last match in अभी परसों की मैच, कुछ I got a message, true or false, in 4 minutes Nike has come up. Sharima ma'am, I will send you that video. Please share it with this. In just 4 minutes they came up with an advertisement which was so superb. See, such is this. इसके लिए लोग millions लेते हैं sir. इसके लिए लोग ये करते हैं. ये idea है जिसको पैसा मिलने वाला है. So coming back, we have to see on the personal side. If you want to be creative, make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you be a child. Make sure that you think differently. Make sure that you observe and capture. Let's go to point number 2. Point number 2 talks about place, and I'm sure, please look on your place. Please look at the table you are sitting. Please look at the chair you are sitting. क्या है उधर? Do you have color paints? Do you have post-it pads? Do you have drawing material? Do you have clay? आज थोड़े टाइम के लिए, you know, if you don't get ideas, what you do, I suggest all my students to bubble. Cigarette is not the solution, दोस्तों. Bubble. 15 रुपए का बबल आता है. अगर बाहर नहीं निकल, घर में सोडा वाटर ले लो, उसमें बबल करो. So even if you are not getting ideas, please do that. And why this clay is there? अगर clay आपके पास नहीं है, कल मम्मी को बोलो, या all those, अभी all are corona cooks. So you can always आटा थोड़ा से ये करके थोड़ा आटा रखिए. Because कुछ idea आएगी, उसको prototype करने को use हो जाएगा. So next time when I'm going to come to your house, please make sure that all your table has lots of color pens, has lots of sketch pens, has bubbles, has clay. So make sure that your place is also important, because creativity enhances if you have a positive environment. Why have I'm going to challenge this to the management of Symbiosis. You know, all those walls in the corridors, have those where people can draw something. You know, paint them white and give them brushes and paint. So one class, every week, one class will paint whatever they want. You know, you should really start doing like this. तभी वो मजा आएगा. So no, that's where the creativity will come. So I request all of you to have a journal. ये मेरे पास, if you come, I have this one side office में जो papers है. So a lot of papers are lying here and there. I write them, I pin them. You know, please have an idea wall. You know, idea journal. वो journal क्या है? One-sided paper है, तो एक idea per page. Again, one idea, one page. Because क्या होता है? You can always come back to that. आज आइडिया आ जाए, मे बी 5 साल के बाद आप यूज करोगे, लेकिन हैव दैट विथ यू. एक आइडिया वॉल इज व्हाट आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू हैव इट. एक पोस्टिट पैड के जो कुछ आ गया अभी, कुछ यू गेट सम आइडिया, लाइक जैसे मैडम ने बोला कि दिस इज आल्सो ट्रायंगल. ओके, व्हाई नॉट डिजाइन, व्हाई नॉट हैव माय विजिटिंग कार्ड व्हिच विल बी द मोस्ट डिफरेंट विजिटिंग कार्ड एवर मेड. तो आप और हम जब पास आउट हो जाएंगे तो फर्स्ट थिंग वी विल गिव इज अ विजिटिंग कार्ड. तो आई गिव यू अ टास्क. प्लीज थिंक कि मेरा विजिटिंग कार्ड दूसरे से अलग कैसा होगा, या अलग होगा ही होगा, उसमें क्या चीज होनी चाहिए और इसमें क्या चीज नहीं होनी चाहिए. And perhaps instead of making a physical, I make a video out of it. Can I make a video card of myself? Yeah, my 5 September, by the way, 5th September is my birthday, so anyone would like to wish me on that day, you're welcome. And I love cakes and pastries. Jokes apart, you know, you could start the video saying that 5 सितंबर को एक बढ़िया शख्स पैदा हुआ था, इस दुनिया में आया. And now you're talking about a video and you show that this is my introduction. If I was the employee, I would definitely hire you, because that's where, you know, you are doing something different than what others would have ever thought of it. So this is what I wanted to talk about, the place. Let's get back into the other piece which we were going to discuss. I'm sure we have about, madam, do we have another 30 minutes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's make most of it. I'm going to tell you some chotu things by which you can be, because it's a course in itself. There are a lot of tools. ये कैसे है, अभिमन्यु चक्रव्यूह में फंस गया है तू, तेरे पास पीछे टूल्स है, तो ये टूल्स आप यूज करके आपकी क्षमता, your ability to find solution improve कर सकते हैं. So let's discuss few which are very easy, which are implementable, which कल से आप अभी से use कर सकते हैं. So let's talk about now कि ये process of product में क्या छोटी चीजें आप और हम कर सकते हैं by which you can be more creative. The first thing, this word evolution is a very beautiful word. See, आप monkey से evolve होके अभी नए monkey हो गए. This is modern 21st century monkey. But then every product gets evolved. Look at the chair you are sitting. सर कभी तो ये चेयर ऐसी बनी थी, then यार 2 घंटा बैठने का है तो अपने shock absorbers थोड़े दुखेंगे. Let's have something. So evolution happens due to 2 things. One is either there is a pain. So मेरे को बैठने में पेन है, या मेरे को हाइट कम ज्यादा करने की है, कंफर्टेबल होने का है, तो पेन अगर करने का है तो I do some modifications. I do evolution in a chair by which I add something or I subtract something or I make them flexible. So natural thing, अगर किसी चीज में आपको पेन आ रहा है तो look into that कि how I can just evolve that into a better product. Or if there is a need कि I'm in a class and I need to write notes. So every chair, my need is to have a writing pad. So I design a chair which will have a table also attached to the chair. So a simple thing, कोई आप products को देख रहे हैं, process को देख रहे हैं, किसमें क्या है कि यार थोड़ा सा यहाँ दर्द है, थोड़ी सी यहाँ need है. ये 2 दर्द और need जान के आप और हम products और process को evolve कर सकते हो और आपको और अच्छा बना. Remember I told you, please do not try to disrupt. आप और हम disruption, ये नाम ठीक है, it's a good jargon. हमने ये idea लेके disrupt हुई. ऐसी आइडियाज आप और हमको नहीं आने वाली है. आ गया तो और अच्छा है, वो आज या कल आएगी, लेकिन डेल्टा एक्स इज व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग इट. लेट मी सी व्हाट इज दैट स्मॉल चेंज आई कैन गेट इनटू इट. ये स्मॉल चेंज एक एंटरप्रेन्योर ने किया कि अभी क्या हो रहा है कि कोविड के टाइम में लोगों के पास बैठ के थक गए. सो व्हाई नॉट आई एड्रेस दैट pain area by giving them a standing table and I made them this. तो किसका height कम ज्यादा है तो 9 adjustment है. See, simple thing. क्या किया? He saw that and he evolved a desk into an adjustable desk. So this is the first thing I wanted to tell you, a very easy thing. See how, because of pain or need, how is that you can improve this. The second is the most easiest point. Most easiest. You know, if you see the Bachchan movie, Bachchan always says, do or do panch, right? Hum do hai or do panch bana de. You know, in creativity, 1 + 1 is never 2, neither 11. It could be anything else also, or it could be 22 also. Similarly, दो और दो पांच जैसे है, वैसे दो चीजें कोई भी आप जहां दिख रहा है वहां देखिए, मैं कंबाइन करके उसमें से क्या बना सकता हूं या बना सकती हूं. Will give you a lot of ideas and improvement tools. Simple. Someone had this phone. I'm sure most of you on this call might not know what this device is called as, but all folks, this once upon a time, जब मैं और मैडम और सब लोग छोटे थे, तब हम लोग ऐसे फोन से डायल करते थे और गुट करते थे और फिर एंगेज लगता था. So that is part apart. Then when this phone, someone thought that यार फोन एक है तो उसमें मेरे को म्यूजिक डालने का, I'm combining a musical device and a phone, and then I come with a smartphone, which is you and me today are having it. You would have seen how many things they have combined into one. क्या किया है कि need है, ये है. Let me see if I can combine it and give you in a version which is easy to use. So synthesis is like all those biology, photosynthesis का क्या definition था? What A + B gives you chlorophyll. Any biology student here? What was the definition of synthesis?
So where carbon dioxide is broken to form oxygen.
Correct. And वो कुछ chlorophyll and this, perfectly said. So something like that. दो चीजें इकट्ठा करके, let me come up with something new. This company, by the way, Swiss Knife, जिंदगी भर, I remember my father had gone to Europe and the only gift he has got me this. उस वक्त दो ही तीन ही चीज थे कि एक डिवाइस में एक छुरी था और एक कैंची थी. You know, and today they have come up with how many of them? 50. The latest catalog, if you see on the website, they have a device which has combined 50 things. और उसका पैसा है दोस्तों, दो कंबाइन करो $10, 50 कंबाइन करो $250. You know, now you have an idea. They're combining things. They have an idea. चलो ये मेरे पास ये है. Let me see how I can give you value for money. Let me put you this question. One problem which probably has not got solved so effectively is the problem of mosquitoes. You know, mosquitoes have got license to go anywhere without your permission. वो toilet आ सकते हैं, वो bathroom जा सकते हैं, वो bedroom जा सकते हैं. Now one is I use a mosquito coil. Now I'm going to throw this open to all of you. What is that I can combine with a coil by which I can perhaps solve the mosquito problem better? I'm looking for a device or something which I can combine with the coil by which the mosquito problem can be solved better. Come on.
Light, because mosquito used to attract to the light, like yellow light or purple light. They used to attract to that with this particular light.
Okay, what else?
So we can put
anything more effective.
So maybe we can add a vacuum so that the mosquitoes get trapped in it.
Wonderful. Why not? Anything else people can suggest? Hello, 140 people on the call.
Mosquito net,
sir. Sorry?
Mosquito net, sir.
Okay, mosquito net. See, someone somewhere, what is one device which we carry everywhere today?
Sanitizer.
Handset, phone, whatever.
Handset, phone, right? So some company decided कि ये coil अगर हमने phone में merge किया, if I merge this coil into a phone, I can get a phone which is a mosquito repellent. And believe me folks, LG is a company. ये mosquito पीछे अगर देख रहे हैं, if you see my cursor moving, इन्होंने जब बैटरी लगाते हैं तो हीट हो जाती है. और phone is something which we take it. 6,999 is the price of that phone. It's also a mosquito repellent. ये idea का power है दोस्तों. See, what is that they have done? They identified a product which people will take everywhere. No, mosquitoes जैसे everywhere जाते हैं, जैसे ये phone भी everywhere जाता है. So can I combine a mosquito coil with the phone and the product is born? So public बोलता है मेरे पास idea नहीं है, डरो मत, कोई भी दो, start with a habit every day. Look around yourself. Can I on my table I see a pen and a pencil. So can I combine that? Yes, sure I can. एक साइड से पेन आएगा, एक साइड से पेंसिल आएगा. I'm sure this is a product available this. लेकिन ये सोच आपकी बदल जाएगी. So see what is that you can combine. Someone in my introduction said that a lot of playing cards. If you go to my website rajivtulpule.com, what is that I've done? I have combined two things onto a playing card. Playing card में जो empty जगह है, उधर one is education where I have put various topics of learning into the portion in between. And entertainment 3 पत्ती तो है. अगर आपको सीखने का है तो आप puzzle solve करो. अगर नहीं सीखने का है तो आप 3 पत्ती खेलो. So you have a choice. So what are the two things I have combined? I have combined an entertainment element and I have combined an education element. A lot of people feel that यार बैठे बैठे exercise not हो रहा है. Some company came up with an idea, यार आप बैठे रहो फिर भी exercise करते रहो, right? Walk the talk. वो अभिषेक बच्चन का ad idea का, वैसे ही आप बैठे रहो exercise करते रहो. So they have a cycle which is put onto a seat. So बैठे बैठे exercise. So this is where you can combine and give this. One more thing which really is very useful for last 20 minutes, give me your time, and I'm going to share with you two more concepts by which you can be more creative. We are talking about the 4 P's, the third and the fourth P of creativity, which is the process and this. But before that, let me give you an activity and you got to unmute and tell me. किसी कारण मेरे हाथ में एक wooden block है. Look at my screen and वो गिर गया, फिसल गया, या किसने खुजली की या कुछ किया, मेरे हाथ में एक वुडन ब्लॉक है वो गिर गया, क्या हो जाएगा? Come on, unmute fast. Come on, we are running short of time. I need to give you 2 more things. What will happen if the block slips from my hand?
It will hit your leg.
Okay.
May hurt you.
Or maybe it may break. If it's
Okay.
stressful.
What else?
Now you don't have a block in your hand.
गिर जाएगा.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sir, it will
It
fall
will fall
and
in the
break.
right place and pave a path for you.
Okay, wonderful. या नीचे एक मूंगी जाती है and मूंगी मरेल, राम नाम सत्य है. Yeah, that can also happen, right? Or someone will catch. John T. Rhodes. Someone will dive and catch. What else can happen? Come on, 1 or 2 more.
Someone will get hurt.
Someone will get true. Yes, but don't get offended. I'm going to tell you that you are still in your left brain. Come to your right brain.
So he will catch it before it slips.
Okay, what else?
So you don't have a block in your hand now.
Okay, अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को, खाली खाली रखना है. Okay.
Maybe it will dig a hole where you can plant something.
Wow. So now you're thinking, but then I'm sorry to tell you, don't get offended, but we all are now not thinking the way what I want, because we are thinking with one assumption. एक assumption हमारे सर में घुस गया है. What is that assumption we are all thinking about? Tell me.
The block. The wooden block, no?
What else?
It may sound something when it falls on the floor.
Understood. But what is that assumption what you are talking about?
hit the face.
That it
Okay.
will hit the ground.
It will
That
hit
it
the
will
ground.
falling.
Come on, I'm looking for that assumption. हमारे आप और हम एक gravity नाम के औलाद को no gravity.
Hand is in space, it will hit the face.
Okay, but here we all have contributed by assuming one thing, which is we are on land and वो 9.8 act हो रहा है और जो कुछ हाथ से निकल जाएगा वो नीचे जाएगा. Creativity says that please challenge the assumption. आप अगर पानी में रहेंगे तो वो क्या हो जाएगा? फ्लोट हो जाएगा. आप अगर स्पेस में रहोगे तो वही ब्लॉक का क्या होगा? आपसे जैसा घूमेगा यहाँ वहाँ. If you want to create something, please, please, please start challenging the assumptions. ये gravity से नीचे आएगा. Please don't wait for apple to fall. अगर apple fall नहीं हो रहा है तो आप झाड़ को हिलाओ. अगर हिल के भी नहीं आ रहा है आप उसके ऊपर जाओ. अगर फिर भी नहीं जा रहा है तो झाड़ को बदल दो. आप एप्पल की जगह ऑरेंज ले लो. You know, we are assuming that एक दिन gravity आएगा और gravity से ये हो जाएगा. please, if you want to be creative, start breaking assumptions. Ek assumption, don't break the assumption that whether you are a man or a woman. That's a fact. But all other things, you can break the assumptions. Come on. Just unmute yourself and tell me what are the normal assumptions of a chair? Because we have been talking about chair. Let's discuss the chair more. What are the normal assumptions of the chair?
It has 4 legs.
Okay.
Can be made up of wood, plastic.
Okay. Few
It
more.
should have a backrest.
Okay. Beautifully said. Thank you for contribution. Avneet, was it you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Few more.
Sir, that you sit on a chair.
Okay. Yes. So step number 1, write it down on a page. If you want to be creative, right? कोई product ले लो, उसके assumptions लिखो. I have written down few of you. You have said assumptions of a chair. Chair has 4 legs. Maybe chair has a flat surface. Maybe it stands on the floor, and it has a backrest. You may write 5, 10, whatever, but start with 4 or 5 assumptions of any product. So we are trying to make a creative product out of it, a different product out of it. It has to solve some problem. So this is what we start. What we did, we wrote some assumptions. So कोई chair याद आती थी, आप देखो आपके खुद जहाँ बैठे हो वो chair को देखो, कुछ तो seating arrangement है. Now I'm going to challenge this. Why my chair should have only 4 legs? Why I cannot make a chair with say 2 legs? Why cannot I make a chair with 1 leg? Possible? Yes, no? Yes, 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 no? So ये idea आ गई. So now start thinking कि मेरे घर के chair कभी मेरे ऑफिस के चेयर में, if I'm making a innovation club, if I'm making a innovation room, why I should have a chair which will have 4 legs? Let me have a chair with 3 legs. Or let me challenge one more thing. अगर legs ही क्यों चाहिए, flat surface क्यों चाहिए? Let me have नीचे क्या massager लगाता है. यार मैं उधर बैठ के ना, अरे यार मेरे shock absorbers एकदम टकाटक होते हैं. यार let me have some massager playing below me. Imagine first अभी आप बैठे हो और नीचे massager चल रहा है. और why have a chair which will have a floor? उसको ऊपर लटका दो ना, आपको नहीं, चेयर को. तो चेयर को हमने लटका दिया तो swing. Come on, I'm in the innovation class and teacher is teaching something and I'm swinging. मैं झूला ले रहा हूँ. Yeah, this is possible, right? And why do I have a backrest? Can I have something like that? तो जब मैं छोटा था तब seesaw पे बैठता था और वो I was rocking chair. See how we have developed 4 products, different products, and I'm sure 140 people will have another 140 ideas, minimum 1 idea per person. See how many variants of a chair I can develop. And आप बोल रहे हैं मेरे पास idea नहीं है. अरे इसी से idea बनेगी. क्या करने का है sir? Take a product, take a service, list down the assumptions. What are the assumptions? Let's take an example of a restaurant. What are the assumptions of a restaurant? Come on, fast. Tell me some assumptions of a restaurant.
It should serve some food.
Yes. Okay.
Table, chair.
Waiters.
Okay. Okay.
Waiter, food.
Bas. So if tomorrow you decide that you are a good chef and you want to start a concept restaurant, let's see how we can challenge sitting place. So someone menu card, serving time, billing. So sitting place अगर मेरे को challenge करने की है. So I said that मेरे restaurant में sitting ही नहीं है, take away की idea है. चलो यार express में कोई खड़ा भी खा लेता है. So even if I don't have a place, sitting place, can I make everyone stand and eat? Or can I make a model where everyone takes this? Let me have a menu card or let me not have a menu card. यार मैं बनाऊंगा, मेरा रेस्टोरेंट है, आपको खाना पड़ेगा. All the Pune में जो थाली सर्व करते हैं वो क्या आपको पूछते हैं कि आप बटाटे की भाजी करूँ का तोड़ली करूँ? वो बोलते हैं ये ले बेटा, आज वांगा है, आज आमटी है, तू खा और मेरे को पैसा दे. So you can always think of that कि मेरी मर्जी मेरे को क्या खिलाने का है. Like serving time, वो fast food, तो people expect that time लगेगा. क्यों लगेगा? You have something ready. कि the whole idea, the whole model of fast food is no waiting time. So they have what they have done. Conventional assumptions को break किया है. Billing counter. You would be astonished to say that Tata's had a stroke. I don't know, Sherry ma'am or any senior people on this. In Mumbai, they started a restaurant wherein they said that you go in, आप खा लीजिए, आप बटर मसाला, चिकन मसाला खाइए या क्या, आपको जिसमें जितना पैसा देने का है, एक डोनेशन बॉक्स रखा था, उसने आप डालेंगे. अगर अच्छा लगा 200 रुपया डालो, 5 रुपया डालो, 10 रुपया डालो, नहीं लगा कुछ मत डालो. But they used to serve this. This concept didn't work because of some restriction. But believe me, friends, yesterday I have it on my WhatsApp, a restaurant with their phone number in Bangalore, and you would be astonished to see what concept there. This is a concept cafe. They are charging not for food. They are charging for the time you spend in the hotel, the cafe. Serious. I will send you the post, and I'm sure it's not fake. They are saying that 8 rupiya per minute is the cost if you eat non-veg food, or 5 rupiya per minute if you eat vegetarian food. So you come to a restaurant, they will start a timer. आप 15 मिनट हो गए तो 15 into 8 120 रुपया उनको दे देने का है. अगर नॉनवेज खाया तो 15 मिनट into whatever that money. This is what people are thinking, and how that thought has come just by challenging why every dish should be costed. Let me take charges for the time they spend. That's how they say cheers. That's the power of creativity, folks. That's where the ideas would come. And even in COVID times, if you have to say cheers. By the way, I don't drink and smoke, and I don't drink even this. This is अपन coconut water से भी cheer कर सकते हैं, या अपन ये भी कर सकते हैं. But where there is a will, there is always a way. Over here, social distancing is kept. Masks are there, and then we still can enjoy. And the last thing which I would like to leave you is a concept which I would like to humbly request you, all of you, to pay attention for next 5 minutes. Because this 5 minutes, I'm going to give you a formula which will change you forever. Jia dosto, please write down, take a page which you perhaps have not been taken right now. Please write down in bold. This formula is called as Rajiv's formula for wow. And write this formula. I'll explain you what this formula is. Wow is equal to experience divided by expectation. Again, numerator should be experience, denominator should be expectations. Here's an example. I travel because I'm into sales, and मैं शोलापुर जा रहा था, तो I called up my friend. अरे यार दोस्त, मेरे एक होटल बुक करो. क्या क्या चाहिए वो बोलता है. What are my expectations? वो बोलता है तुम्हारी expectation क्या है? I said clean bed चाहिए, hot water चाहिए, Wi-Fi चाहिए, और TV चाहिए, और से चाय कॉफी लगती, because थोड़ा सुबह प्रेशर लगता है, तो टी कॉफी मशीन is made. So these are my expectations. So I go to Sholapur, I book I go to that hotel, I pay the money. उसको पूछता हूँ मैं, सर क्लीन बेड है क्या? वो बोलता है हाँ है. हॉट वाटर है क्या? है सर. वाईफाई है, ये है. तो अरे वाह 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 वाह, थैंक यू फ्रेंड फॉर बुकिंग मी अ गुड रेस्टोरेंट. और इधर क्या हुआ? माय एक्सपीरियंस और एक्सपेक्टेशंस में जानना चाहता था. तो मैं एक्चुअली रूम में गया तो लगा, नहाने लगा तो एकदम गाना, ठंडे ठंडे पानी से नहा. अरे इट इज 16 डिग्री 12 डिग्री ठंडा लग रहा है. और मेरे को कॉल किया रिसेप्शन को, सर मैं क्या हो गया? वो एमसीबी ट्रिप हो गया ना, कल सुबह तक जरूर. अरे मैं अभी नहाना चाहता हूँ, आप कल सुबह दे रहे. तो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस में एक कट हो गया. फिर मैं बैठा टीवी देखने के लिए, ऑन किया तो खाली दूरदर्शन दिख रहा था. मतलब बाकी के चैनल, मेरे को वो शार्क टैंक का देखने का था, सोनी पे आ रहा था शार्क टैंक का. बोलते हैं सर क्या हो गया? वो कबूतर बैठा ना, वो उसने वो वायर काट दी. तो आई गो टू अ रेस्टोरेंट. I was promised. My expectation was 5 things. My experience was 3 things. When my experience is less than my expectation, what is going to happen? Take my word, your business, your service will be the last. Ram Naam Satya hai. Your end is not far. Whereas I go to another restaurant, he says that everything is there. Or uske bajay I go to the toilet and I see a massage shower. I go to, they give me a coupon. अरे यार सर आप आए, इतने बाहर आ गई, आपके लिए खाना मेरी तरफ से. And then they have a fruit basket. And वो बार के आता है, बोलता है सर एयरपोर्ट के लिए ड्रॉप भी है, और लास्ट में तो मेरे को कैलेंडर और ये भी देते हैं. Was it that I expected over there? Perhaps not. My expectation was only 5. But what I got in return was 10 things. 5 things more than what I expected. My wow factor here was 10 divided by 5. My wow factor was 2. Folks, whatever you do in your life, whatever you do or want to do in your life, make sure that the wow is the experience. The experience has always to be greater than the expectation, folks. You came to this class. Sharyu ma'am and everyone send you a message. please register. And then you registered and you came with an expectation that यार कुछ तो creativity के बारे में सोचेंगे, क्या है ये है. And perhaps if I was able to give you that experience which was greater than your expectation, my vow, or you would rate me on a scale which is less than 1 or greater than 1. I would love to hear from you sometime. But if I have done greater than 1, I would have achieved something. And then if my vow is greater than 1, I'm sure Shariu ma'am will call me some other time to interact with you. Oh, that's just in the lighter side. But for all, remember one thing, whatever you do, please make sure whether you are cooking, अगर घर वाले बाहर ज्यादा खाना खा रहे हैं, make sure that all the housewives or all the people are not cooking well. If people start going outside, that's the first sign that आप घर में खाना अच्छा नहीं बना रहे, फिर होटल वाला खाना लोग बाहर खाएंगे. If you are not, people are not buying your product, make sure that you are not giving them the wow factor. So whatever you do in your life, please make sure that you have your wow done. This is my coordinates. This is my email ID. This is anytime when you want to get in touch with me, please feel free. But before I close, let me close with this session with one story and then I will close. The story is about an elephant and creativity is about a skill and the will. The skill चीज आप और हमने थोड़ी देखी, एक tools है, ऐसे बहुत से tools available है. When we take a course, when we take a workshop, when we teach this course, this is a 2-credit course at management level where we teach these tools to make people think better, think different. So there are a lot of tools, जैसे अलग-अलग ये है, वैसे अलग-अलग scamper करके है, तू मैं करके है. There are a lot of other things which are taught in this. Just like that, ये स्किल है, वैसे आप और एक चीज जरूरी है जो विल है. विल है जो अंदर से आनी चाहिए. एंड द स्टोरी गोज लाइक दिस. बिकॉज ऑफ वॉट एवर एनवायरमेंट वी आर देयर, there is a lot of negativity which has come into it, and I would request you to remove this negativity with this string. There was a father who took his son to a circus. पूना में डेक्कन जिमखाना पे एक सर्कस का तंबू लगता था. टिकट निकाला, थोड़ा टाइम था, तो the father was taking his children to decide for a stroll outside the tambu, and he saw all the birds, animals थे यहाँ वहाँ, lion था, वो केज में पड़ा था, ये था. एक हाथी था, वो खुले में था, वो बड़े बड़े वो शुगर केन तोड़ रहा था, यहाँ फेंक रहा था, वहाँ फेंक रहा था. He looked very strong for that small kid. As he was watching this elephant closely, his eyes fell on the small rope by which he was tied. और वो डैडी सी इतना बड़ा एलिफेंट है लेकिन एक छोटा सा रोप जिससे बांधे रखा है. वो बोलता है सर, वो फादर थोड़ा गड़बड़ जाता है because he probably doesn't know the answer. He says, let me talk to the Mahout. Mahout is a person who helps takes care of this elephant. वो माहूत के पास जाता है और बोलता है कि क्या है वो, why have you tied that with a small thing? वो बोलता है सर, I'll tell you, when this elephant were small, when we catch them, we tied them with a small rope. तब वो छोटे थे, तो जब भी वो पैर हिलाते थे वो उधर उनको चुभता था, और वो सिग्नल यहाँ क्या जाता था, if I move my leg, I'll get pain. If I move, pain, move, pain. So उनका माइंड क्या कंडीशन हो गया कि एनी टाइम I move my leg, I'm going to get pain, better not move. So what they concluded, because they are the rational animal, nothing wrong about elephants. Sir, we are not rational animals. We can think, we can improve. What has happened to you and me? कि we are not, we have grown by the age, लेकिन we are not, वो जो छोटे छोटे ropes है वो अपने लाइफ को आप और हमने लगाए थे कि हमको इंग्लिश नहीं आता है. Maybe I cannot talk. Maybe I cannot dress. Maybe I'm not good looking good. Maybe I'm not from Pune or from big city. All these are, believe me, are छोटू ropes in your life. आज जब आप उस चेयर से उठोगे तब make sure that you break all the small rope. Make sure that there's one more myth which people have told me, that you are not creative. Make sure that you break this myth. As you wake up, tell yourself that yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. This is what you should be telling yourself. और एक चीज मैं I will like to leave you with this. आज के बाद, I started this session by saying that आज के बाद कुछ जो भी करेगा कमाल का करेगा. I will end this session by saying that आज के बाद कुछ अलग करेगा. Folks, आज के बाद कुछ अलग करेगा. Tell yourself that I will break all my ropes, whatever these are छोटू ropes. animal is not able to understand, sir. When we were small, आप गिरते थे तब लगता था, आज आप गिरेंगे तो लगेगा नहीं, sir. When Sherpa Tenzing went to climb the mountain, the first time he came back, he went back and saw, sir, he said that, mountain, you are a non-living thing. I am leaving, sir. I will improve myself and come back. He came back the next year and conquered the Everest, sir. You and me have the ability to improve. The animal and the mountains don't have the ability. Make sure that you tell yourself, yes, I can, yes, I will. And aaj ke baad, jo bhi karega, alag karega. With this, let me conclude my today's session. Thank you so much for being a part of this. It's a very difficult time from 3 to 5 to be on the screen. That too, not able to connect with each other, but I'm sure with your love and affection, I was able to deliver whatever I went. And if at all you feel that my vow was better, please do convey it to me that my vow was better than 1, less than 1, or equal to 1. With this, let me hand over the mic to Sharayu madam. Thank you so much for inviting me for this session, sir. Thank you.
Rajan sir, excellent. Thank you so much. We can see the applaud. I think students have really enjoyed your session a lot. And I'm sure they've already started thinking differently. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have some protocols. Gautami, can you take it over?
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, thank you so much. It was like a 2-hour-long workshop, and like you said, it was a very a different time period from 3 to 5. But we've just had people joining in. We started with 100. I think we have around 140 students right now. So and your enthusiasm throughout the workshop was commendable. So I think right from the start to the end, so we could not be more grateful than I mean, everything that you said in the workshop was pretty much relatable. It gave a new perspective to all of us. So I would like to thank you on that note. May I call our professor in charge, Mrs. Alka Arora, for the vote of thanks?
You are on mute.
On mute.
On behalf of Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce, I would like to thank Mr. Rajiv Tulpule sir for readily accepting our invitation to come as a guest speaker and for sharing his professional expertise in conducting this amazing creativity-based workshop. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time with us. I also thank our principal, Dr. Rishikesh Soman, Vice Principal, Dr. Tessie Thadathil, IQAC Head, Dr. Anil Adagle, sir, Center of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Head, Dr. Sharayu Bhagre, our librarian, Mrs. Vishali Vaidya, departmental colleagues, technical staff team for their support. I also take this opportunity to thank our student coordinators and team for the event, Gautami Rane, Varun Mohan, Anmol Singh, Nidhi Singh, Anushka Pawar, Manish Agrawal, Asta Kumar, Ananya Yadav, Divyanshu, Atharva Tidke, and Varun Deshpande. So on behalf of the entire organizing team, I thank the participants also for their enthusiastic participation. Thank you, one. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I cannot not mention the head of Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and our mentor, Dr. Sharayu. I mean, she's the one who constantly pushes us to do things, and she's always the one who's behind all these workshops. And so I think, ma'am, thank you so much. And
Dr. Lee, I think you have to also remind students to fill the feedback form for the certificates.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much to Mrs. Alka Arora, ma'am, also. She's been coordinating with us throughout the whole workshop. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alka.
Okay, so now that we've come towards the... Yes,
let me conclude. Don't forget, aaj ke baad kuch alag karega should be that, and then I can and I will should be the takeaway for today. Thank you so much. If you allow me, can I leave the call?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And we would like you to come back again to talk to our students, maybe sometime next year, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Attendees, please note that the link of the feedback form has been sent in the chat box. Also, I think Manish will be displaying the QR code, so you can scan the QR code, and we will be it'll direct you towards a feedback form. Just fill in the feedback form, and you will get your certificates. Please know that the feedback form will be open only for the next 15 minutes, so be as quick as possible. And on that note, I think we can end the call. It will be displayed for the next 15 minutes.
So should we keep the meeting on?
Yes, ma'am, we can for the next 10 minutes so that they can scan the QR code.
Maybe I'll just stop the recording, yeah?
Yes, ma'am, sure.